All right, welcome back to the 2B Fair Show. I'm your host, Johnny P.
Old head real.
It's Q.
And we bike. I want to tell everybody, appreciate y'all for tapping in. Please check us out on all social media at the 2B Fair Show. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. We live right now. Tap into the chat. All super chats get read immediately. Hit the like button, hit the notification button. You'll catch us here on Sundays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Glad to be back, fellas. Y'all ready for a good show?
Yes, sir.
I think we've seen a little something on the news. That boy, the GOAT, the GOAT got in one.
You said he got him one?
I said he got in one. The guy got into a little.
Oh, gotcha.
Tisk.
He ain't back down though.
But the GOAT though, it was the GOAT.
Oh no, yeah, I'd agree. I'd agree.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'll toss it. I'll alley-oop it. D Wade to my boy Quincy.
Okay, gotcha. One, welcome back, Johnny.
For sure.
Yeah, last week that might have been one of my. Maybe that was my first time intro on the show. I was like, damn, I don't know what to do with my hands. Like, I ain't know what to say. But shout out to the chat. Shout out to the homies. Again, time permitting, we'll love to get y'all opinion on this conversation. We might try and do like a mid-show call-in. So be by your phone, be by your computer. We'll love to engage with y'all. With that said, one of the bigger, if not the biggest news stories, especially within sports this week, was the LeBron James pressing of Stephen A. Smith. And it's been a bunch of different conversations that sparked. And I was just scrolling my timeline, and I seen a really, really interesting one. I'll read this, and I guess this might be a good launching. Matter of fact, before we get that far, let's actually start with the altercation. And I guess that'll give us good context to exactly what we're talking about, so our audience really knows what we're talking about. Chikwe, what's going on, brother? So, Tone, if you could pull up the LeBron, it's the very bottom one.
And his ass.
Okay. Fairly short and sweet. So that clip kind of sent the internet on a blaze. Maybe this was like Wednesday or Thursday. I think it was Thursday. And there's, like I said, there's been a bunch of conversations that have stemmed from it.
And you said that he mouthed. What was it that he mouthed to Stephen A? Because you
keep my
hear.
son name out your mouth or something like that.
Keep my wife's name.
Yeah, it was something like that. Don't say shit about my kid. I don't know. It was something along those lines. And so I was scrolling the timeline, and I seen a couple different posts. This is one. Shout out to Jeff. This was one that kind of stuck out and was getting a lot of engagement. I'll read this, and maybe we can react to this. We can draw into some more context with some different other clips. And then we will probably segue the conversation, not just from LeBron all the way into just parenting and what makes sense. So this will be the first one. Again, shout out Deep Black here, or Jeff. He's been on here multiple times. Says, as far as LeBron checking Stephen A. Smith goes, I'm stepping for my son regardless. On one hand, y'all say that we need more black fathers, this and that. And then when you see black dads standing on black dad business, y'all get on the internet and ridicule the black dad. Do you want more black dads being black dads or not? Golly. Fellas, I guess that'd be a good starting point for the conversation.
I mean, like, and the one point I saw on this was Stephen A. is being a little hypocritical.
Okay.
Because, I mean, he was about the black nepotism early on. He was for LeBron being able to bring his son and the power that LeBron had and why it was okay because it was LeBron. He was on that early on, and then to kind of switch course midway through, and it'd be like, you're doing it. And like I say, I think Stephen A. is more worried about Bronny and not necessarily, LeBron.
Is it like some context missing in what you're saying?
Well, as far as what? Like,
what made him switch from the black nepotism conversation?
Or what do you think he what
Well, he kind of talked. He talked through it. In one of the clips, like I think that he's still, even in the one that we played earlier, he's not against Bronny James in any capacity, but especially early on in the season, This came after.
Yeah,
this came after he had played the game. He did horrible inside like the NBA game, and then JJ Redick was
Called
like,
him out.
yeah, he pretty much said, yeah, we ain't getting nothing out of him, pretty much.
Yeah.
And the only reason that he will be getting in the first quarter or maybe the second quarter of an NBA game would be because of his dad at that moment and them pushing. And this was like on national TV too.
And that's when and you saying that's when the switch came.
Well, that's when he gave the commentary of like,
okay.
all right, we had the moment.
Right. Okay.
Y'all played together.
That's true.
Let him go, like, just go somewhere and develop for a while. Because if not, like you are bringing on a lot to this whole issue where, like, if you keep parading him for us to judge him the way we judge everybody else, like, this is what you're going to keep getting. And that's where he's like, LeBron, stop it.
Now, because I've seen he's got a couple of burn past recently because they've been blowing people out.
Yeah.
Now, is that now?
But that makes sense though.
But what else? Because I don't see him doing, because like it's not like Bronny didn't go to the G League and play down there and then actually had a couple of good games before he came back up. So I don't understand as far as like, wasn't Bronny like working his way back to earn them little minutes that he got? So
the reality is that, and this is before, like, Bronny has played better since then in the G League.
Did he just put up 40?
I don't know if
it might have been 30 or something. I don't know if it was 40 in the G League. But either way.
But this was before, like, he was struggling in the G League and in the NBA. And the reality is that the back of the bench, like the 12th,
on the 4th February, he put up 40 in the G League.
And
40 is 40.
Yeah. Damn, what I forget where I was.
You was talking about him working the way back into the.
Yeah, like even with that, generally speaking, first rounders barely might get you might touch the floor in like the second quarter or something like that, and that's like you working your way in through an extended period of time. Like Rob Dillingham, he said like he didn't play for the first like 30 games of the season. Then they slowly started bringing him in. Maybe you get a little burn third quarter, and then like he played his way into a bit of rotation. But shit, I think last game he played Charlotte, he might have got 5 minutes or something like that. So giving that context, like Rob was drafted like top 10. Given that context, Bronny, especially what he had showed already, he came in and got abused by, I think it was Maxey or something like that.
Yeah, it was Maxey.
And then you have your coach kind of running down on him and saying like, hey, which almost gives the idea of like, I'm kind of getting pressured into playing him inside this moment. And the reality is that in blowouts, you would put kids in at the very, very end, last 2 minutes of the game, but you wouldn't really be putting a 55th pick in the game, second quarter, against the 1A player. Does this make sense?
Yeah. No, and I know rotations get tighter as the season goes along too. Like you're gonna try things in the first 30 games as far as just seeing what works, seeing what's now. I don't know if he, even like you say, it's about a deserving thing. And I don't know if he deserved it or not, but I'll give him his chance though. I don't think LeBron's doing anything wrong by him getting the opportunity with the Lakers, especially in throwaway time.
Do you think Brown was wrong with checking him though? Like that's what I want to hear what y'all think about the video and what happened. Like, do you think, and even like the post, like the black dad stepping up to be, you know what I mean? They say they won't black dad step up. Then do y'all think that he was right? Like even after listening to what Stephen A said, do you think that it was right for him to check him, or do you think that he should have stand down? Like you're doing too much.
No, you got a right to do it if it's your son. Yeah, you got a right to say something if you don't approve of what he's saying. Doesn't necessarily mean he was right or he was wrong, but yeah, if somebody says something about your son, I think you do have that right.
Though.
But
if you listen to it, like it really wasn't like something that he really said negatively about his son in the whole thing. I didn't hear him say that. He was really coming at LeBron James saying it's your fault, and to me it seemed like LeBron James was kind of using the son to check him. You know what I mean? Like he wanted to check him anyway. But he used his son as don't say nothing else about my son. But he really was giving you shit the whole time. And even if you listen to what Stephen A said on the back end, he was like, what I was saying was about you, LeBron James, not about Bronny.
Yeah, I guess like a part of it would be, I don't know what has he said crazy about Bronny. Like we listened to some of his commentary. One of the ones that could have did it.
Well,
like if he said that he wasn't ready, he clearly wasn't ready at a point.
I don't think Stephen A. said anything wrong about, but at the same time, I think if you're LeBron and you have a right to say something to somebody if he's talking about
so
like,
what did they say in court? Let's move to Exhibit A. Tone, could you pull up that tweet?
Well, I already know where you're gonna go. Like,
is this in the?
No, it's right above it. Yeah.
Okay.
And I guess, like, in my opinion, this does give even more context when we're talking about like if it's right, if he checks it.
I don't think that's it. That's somebody else.
Yeah, that's not it.
That's not it. What that say?
That was De Niro.
Oh damn! I went with the wrong one. All right. Nonetheless, I sent the wrong one. There was a tweet where LeBron James, I'm gonna paraphrase, but what he said was, Bronny James is better than a lot of guys that I'm watching in the NBA right now. Shit lightweight, ridiculous. I mean, shit lightweight, hilarious. That's what he said. Yeah. Curse words and all. And again, if we're also just talking about them critiquing Bronny on play, like the reality is that ESPN, like they'll do off court shit too, like whether that's like James Harden or whoever, like but they've only kind of critiqued on court in his play and the whole dynamic of it. But then LeBron also was dragging like that, right? To where he was saying that, and this is when Bronny was in high school.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think that he put a lot of weight to where, this is my general take, is you can't want your son to be a professional athlete but only experience the good of it. And it seems like that's what he's like trying to alley-oop it to and protect them from and press niggas on and like have Rich Paul run plays at X, Y, and Z. Where if he's a professional athlete, I think that you have to let loose. And I mean, he just turned 21. He's not like some young 18-year-old professional athlete at that. Like you got to kind of allow, especially if they're talking sports. Yeah. If they're saying like he's not a good player, well, go get better then. If I could see if he was in high school, and what Stephen A. did say, and I remember during this time, he said, I'm not commenting on Bronny James because he's a high school kid. I haven't even watched him play. I'm going to reserve my any perspective on him until he goes pro. Same thing he did in college. He didn't ever comment on him. Which to me, that's a lot of grace.
Right.
And yeah, like to me, once he jumps into the realm of being a professional athlete, I think personally, him doing that only leads to the Nepo baby, doesn't deserve it, daddy's money conversation that for him to become his own man eventually, he has to break out of. And he has to do it on his own. And I think that that's where the issue is. Like, Bronny was kind of starting to do his own shit. He was like slowly making his way and putting up, like you said, forward. He was starting to make his own path. I think that this knocked him back a little bit.
Then he dunked on the motherfucker too in the game. Who
but he mad.
He got a little and one, but so you saying what LeBron did knocks Bronny's
like the progress of doing it on his own merit. I think this just brings up that whole conversation again.
I can see that.
And it's like you trying to overly protect him instead of let him go through the ringer. Like they done ran Imani Bates way worse than they done Bronny James, and that was him in high school and college. My opinion, but yeah.
No, I get that, but like, I see where you're coming from on that. As far as like, you gotta let the boy do what he want to do. As far as like, when it comes to Coddling, it's not like he in high school no more. And you did get him to the league. You did get him on the team. You got him in the door.
Yeah,
and like I feel
and
that
if you get him in the door, you gotta accept everything that comes with it.
No, that's fair.
But so
if I own a business and my son, fresh out of high school, become I don't know what, like a manager or an executive, he's going to have to deal with people saying, "Oh, I don't know if you actually qualified for this." That seems like it would go hand in hand with it if I gave it to him and he didn't already have the prerequisite qualifications.
I mean, yeah, but do we do that in other fields though? As far as like when nepotism comes, do we question their?
Yes, they say they always say that niggas.
Oh yeah,
like
even
you got that because your
joint,
dad.
didn't they give Jeannie a hard time because she was getting the joint? They gave her a hard time too.
I'm talking about like in business though, like nepotism usually is just the
like
way.
When they're unqualified, all they do is question this shit.
For sure.
Until they prove themselves.
Think about it. If you was working for a dude and then he put his son just came into the industry and he made him your manager, you're gonna be like, this motherfucker. You gonna every time you see him half step, you're gonna be like, this motherfucker don't even deserve this job. It's just because it's dead.
Oh yeah, we'll question it, but does it stop their progress though? Like the nepotism still goes on. These white people still get these positions, and that's why we complain.
Right, but those are different statements. Like if people are questioning them, or if they gonna still get it.
I said, are they still gonna like?
Yeah, they still gonna get it.
So
hell yeah.
But like, I guess. But so I guess, can we be mad at LeBron if that's the way he chooses to?
Yeah, I think it's OD. I think that like at the end of the day, like if it was my son, even if I do bless you into something, you know what I mean, you're going to have to do the work. And whatever comes with that is, you know what I mean? If you playing basketball, we know that we have commentators and shit, and they dig in everybody. Pause. So like this it's just part of what the fuck's supposed to happen. I can't come to your aid every time. You really kind of in the way. And then like I'm trying not to go too far to go into like the second part of it, but like yeah, like I think that and I'm a LeBron fan. You know what I mean? I'm a LeBron fan. I don't really watch sports like that, but I fuck with LeBron, you know what I mean? On and off the court. Sometimes he do too much, but like at the same time, it's like, bro, first off, I think that you scapegoated it. You know, you really wanted to say something to Stephen A because he pissed you off about what he was saying to you. But since he mentioned your son in it, you was able to get it off under the guise of, I'm coming, you know, I'm protecting my son. And like some people would act like it was okay. And then I think that
that's a good point.
And then I think that like what was the reason that you did it at the game? Like he even Stephen A said, like Rich Paul has my number, LeBron has my number, and generally they talk about like what you can just call me up if I pissed you off, and this was months ago, like the Stephen A take what he said that was months ago, and LeBron decided, I guess because he was in there, he like, oh yeah, now this is my chance, I'm gonna walk up, like bro, like you that shit's kind of weak to me, bro.
Yeah, again, if he was a high school kid, I get it, maybe a little bit college, but. Yeah, as a pro athlete, I think niggas say worse about niggas.
No, facts. Sure. Look at LeVar Ball, what he did. His sons, niggas wanted the Ball brothers to be trash.
Yeah.
They wanted them to be trash. And like they was talking shit, even though they wasn't trash, they still was.
And they had to prove it on their own merit. Lonzo had to have Patrick Beverly come check him first preseason game. And like every nigga wanted to try him. But they eventually just worked their way through it.
Right.
And was able to stand on their own merit. Was he better than Steph? No. But everybody respected Lonzo, especially before the knee injury. What he was doing in Chicago, they was like, oh shit. He
good ball.
He turned it into one of them ones. Mm-hmm. Same thing with like Melo. He came in the league and he to this day, he's still one of the most exciting players. You don't really be winning like that. Well, no, it's not even winning. He just don't stay fucking healthy. The Hornets do win decently when he does play. He just he got them early Steph Curry ankles.
You can tell he's like real flimsy, and then the way he plays is like flimsy.
And he don't wear the ankle braces either. He don't. They get on him about like doing the shit to protect your ankles.
Why the fuck?
But I guess do we want to address like the commentary? Is this a black fathering, or was it kind of out of bounds, fair or foul?
I mean, I think it's fair because, like I say, I mean. We could critique it, we could say, but at the end of the day, still his son, and I think he's trying to do what he knows is best. It might not be right. We might, turn around and critique it, but like I don't think he's intentionally trying to, hinder his progress. So I think it's fair whether we would do it or not, whether we do something. But I ain't mad at like you coming up and checking somebody for saying something that you don't like about your son.
I'll again say he didn't say anything about his son, but. I do agree with the statement that you're making. I do agree with that. I don't necessarily agree that he should have done it, but at the same time, as a father, you definitely want to be there in the times where your son's being challenged, especially if it's by somebody that's on an adult. You know what I mean?
Or older person compared to your son.
And so I do get it, but to be honest, like I want to see how my son performs under pressure. You know what I mean? I want to see how he performs under pressure. So me, myself, like I said, I agree with what you're saying. You can't really say, oh, it's foul because you're protecting your son in the way that you know how. You know what I mean? Especially you talk about him not being raised by, you know what I mean? He come from a single parent household. And so he's freestyling this thing too, just like most of us are. And so I won't come down on him super hard about that because, like you say, you know what I mean? He doing the best job he can. And Stephen A. even said that. Even after Stephen A. said that, like,
stood down.
You know what I mean? I don't have any animosity towards him because I understand what he's doing as a dad. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I respect Stephen A's response. Just me, myself, I definitely like if I was to see like my son playing in the playground and the kid pushed him down, I'm gonna give it a chance to see exactly how this is gonna happen, how this is gonna work. Like I like watching my kids from a distance, and they can't see me, but I can see them to see how they react to certain things. And like I definitely would want to. You gotta let him grow up, bro. You stunting that man growth, bro. He's 21. You know what I mean? I think that you gotta let him grow up. And criticism and anything that's on the TV, you're gonna catch criticism. Anything. And so what the fuck? Do you want to play ball or not?
Yeah, if you're gonna be a professional athlete, that's kind of what just comes with the game. I guess I would start by saying that, you know, obviously LeBron James is the great father. I think you kind of sold it up with the point that like we're all first time doing things. And this was his attempt to make sure that he protected his family, his son. And even more so, I think that the context of like his son with the heart thing the year before and like everything, like I think they've said that was almost even more of a press to why he wanted him to go ahead and go, because he wasn't even supposed to come out this year. He was supposed to come out the next year. And they still kind of had him projected second roundish. But, you know, like if your son goes through something like that, you want to especially be able to have him as close to you as possible and make that moment because of you learned that shit could just snap of a finger not happen. I guess I would secondarily say that like I also get it. Like I'm not saying in a sense of like this is not something that I don't understand, something that I've dealt with inside like my capacity of like, you know, being a father, and something that truthfully I continue dealing with, especially being like a sports dad with the son. Like I forget, we was at the bachelor party. Like one of my biggest to me faux pas, like one of my I ain't gonna say it's a regret because I think it was like it was perfect in its moment, but like one time, like I've seen red for sure, was me protecting QJ in a scenario in which I thought that shit was out of bounds. If I did it again, maybe I probably still do it, primarily because I think that it's also great for your son to see you protect
there for
him. But is it something that I teeter back and forth like, damn, was that appropriate? Was it not appropriate? And like, so I understand the idea of like really being at an emotional boiling point to where it's like, I'm acting, fuck it. Especially for my son, for my kid, I definitely get it. But then also like right now, like my son, he played high school ball, like the season and what the coaches do and say and all that shit, it's never going to be like perfect to what you want it to be. In which I've had, and shout out to the 24-hour rule. This is something that we preach often. And luckily I've been coached, so I understand both sides of it. But there's been multiple times, like if I actually accidentally had seen one of them guys walking out, I probably was going to say something not nice. But then I also, like by the end of them 24 hours, I've been deleted what I was about to text. I done like chilled the fuck out.
When you say one of them guys, you saying like one of the coaches or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
For sure.
The coaches, they generally like the coaches, they be doing all the cussing and hollering and all that.
It's
talk like that?
It's a bunch of different things. Basketball is its own fun place where men get to learn how to be poised and regulate their emotion, especially inside like the father, like if you're a father, because of no matter the scenario, unless you have a certain amount of leverage, is not going to be specifically the way that you want it to be, especially when you start like adding in like the different politics that do happen with basketball.
I think that's a great point though, like you said, with leverage, because that's something LeBron does have. and it's something that he can exercise. Where not everybody has the ability to.
Right, but there's still like a space for critique for that though. Like to have leverage, like it's no different than like the Nepo baby. Like the parent have leverage, so that's why they get it. But like finishing off the point that I was saying all that to say I have had to like consistently remind myself, he got to go through adversity. He has to go, like you got to learn how to fight for something. You got to learn how to earn something. You got to learn how shit not to be sweet, things not make sense. Like understand like there's a clear like whatever, and still have to show up every single day and fight for what you want. And like so for me, like that's where every single time I'll be ready to like jump off. What happened?
No, black.
Yeah, but every time I get to a point where I'll be like ready, like listen, multiple times, like for sure. I have to always sit back and be like, let him figure this out. You can't save him. He has to learn how to grow up and be a young man, advocate for himself. And that's just the reality of it. And so like I'm saying that from my POV, and this is a high school kid. But I feel like he has to learn how to like deal with adversity. And I think that it's amazing to have your kids learn to deal with adversity and for shit not to be sweet for them all the time.
Bro, I think you made a really, really good point just a second ago. You said like advocating for yourself. So I think that is a very important thing that we as parents need to be intentional about trying to allow our children or intentionally help our children to learn. Because even I recently was faced with I've been faced many, many times with like having to speak truth to power, like even like at the job. You know what I mean? If you don't, and it's something I had to learn, and it's still something that I'm learning even in my later years. It's like, damn, I still don't speak up for myself all the time. Like I should have said something then. You know what I mean? But if you intentionally allow your kid to go through those things and definitely empower them to advocate for themselves, I think that's a very, very important thing that I didn't get. I know that like a lot of us didn't get that. I think that there should be an intentional push to have that be a thing for sure.
I got a question. Because both of y'all are parents, and I guess I'll just throw this out there. Like as parents, like who, y'all not in the same situations y'all grew up in as far as means and ability, leverage, whatever it may be. And y'all have power to like help, way more than like previous generations. How much adversity is enough? And where does that like stop? Like you see your son going through something, like when do you decide, all right, that's enough adversity, or like how does that work?
That's a great question.
So like for me, I think that this is where I advocate for sports in general, because of like there's a natural amount, especially on the kid, of like learning so many life lessons, especially like no matter what age or like how you like when you start and what position you start at and where you finish at, there's like nothing but life lessons that come year after year after year after year. And if you're like really intentional as a parent, there's a lot that you can kind of teach from the framework of sports. I think you asked like how much adversity do they have to go through? I think that
before you would step in, if you have the ability to, like
right. And I think that then becomes like, if we're talking about like real life, I think that like you're not about to let your kid go starve because of X, Y, and Z. And that's why I like teaching them adversity within controlled places. And I don't really, y'all could probably think of some other ones, but I think that school and sports are really controlled, especially when you get into like travel ball, different shit like that, where they might come in and first be like the new kid. They might suck at one point in time, and you got to teach them how to actually work hard and learn how to earn something. They might not, again, like get what their just due is. You gotta learn how to make shit undeniable, for sure. They might be really good, but they might be meek, might be soft spoken, but like they have to eventually learn how to be a leader. Like right now, I'm teaching my son how to be a leader. This is like the most consistent conversation I'm having with him, where like you're in a space, especially like AAU, like they're handing it to you, right? but with that becomes or begets like a certain level of responsibility. And like it's cool being the younger person, but like you're starting to step into a space where they're putting responsibility on you. Are you okay with accepting the good and bad that comes with that, the wins, the losses? Are you okay with accepting having to, because he's a point guard also, having to be the extension of a coach and get shit wrong, get shit right, have to actually hold your teammates accountable, have to actually be the person that's corny at practice, that's clapping when nobody else is clapping, that's being a vocal leader consistently. And I think that, like, again, like this is a controlled environment that skill will eventually translate to whatever he decides to do, whatever he ends up being. Like learning how to actually lead, stand on your word, like, you know, like these are like real translatable things that, again, you could fail a bunch of times at this practice and eventually learn how to get it done. And then, you know, like it's its own breeding ground. Yeah, that's the best that I can say.
Yeah. I can give you that to answer your question. It's actually a tough question. Even as he was talking, you see, like, it's not easy to give a direct answer to like, where is that point to where it's too much? You know what I mean? And I think it's different for every kid too. Yeah. But I'd say, like, as a parent, you kind of, you know your child. You know what I mean? You've been raising them, so you can kind of, if you're paying attention, you know what I mean, and you're actually spending time with them and conversing with them, like, you know where when it's too much. And then sometimes, like, I guess that it's gonna be, you know what I mean? It's kind of up in the air. You might mess around and allow it to go too far this time, and then that's when you realize, okay, that was too far. It's a learning experience. Is what I'm saying. And I guess all of it's like learning. So like, there's not like a real definite answer where I can really think and be like, okay, at this point right here, you know what I mean? I can't really answer, but it's just a learning experience. You can see maybe you pushing them too hard, you know what I mean, at a time. And you learn to see what that looks like, and then, okay, well, maybe I could kind of critique, you know what I mean? It's just a learning experience. And that's one thing I love about having kids, is that, like, it's one of those learning experiences that, like, it feels like it's like damn near, it's really endless. Because I even look at my relationship with my dad now, like, we still are learning. He's still learning how to be a better parent from, you know what I mean? Even at this point.
I do want to actually directly answer your question.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
I think that if I was to give, like, when it's too much, it's when you feel that it might actually be breaking them. Because, like, the other side of it is that confidence is like hard thing to build or to build, but it's easy to break. Sure. But there's sometimes, like, there's a space where, like, breaking things to an extent makes sense. I think that if anybody's went through any version of a process, the part of a process is typically you got to break to rebuild. But there's a spot where when you see it going to a space where it's going to actually break them, if that makes sense. Like, where I'm
what does that look like, though? As we say, breaking to rebuild is healthy. We've all, like, as an adult man, I know that I've had my fair share of times where it was like, you know, breaking down, crying. It can
change who that person is and how they look at themselves.
No, I see that.
And to go, I got another question kind of on where you're at as far as, like, our parents.
Like, if you're teaching them to be humble, there's a part where you got to allow them to get humbled. But there's a part where it can actually go too far.
I get what you're saying.
It can cause a withdrawal. But, like, and to put it like back on like say our parents or something, like, in our generation, like, do we think that the adversity that we were allowed, was that
healthy, or
was that something that, like, hurt us, or was that stuff that we grew from? And do you think there was any space where maybe our parents could have stepped up a little more and maybe prevented some of those struggles just based on just not knowing, you know? And it, because a lot of time in the Black community, it's like you get 17, you got to get out, get a job, or you know, we kind of thrown to the wolves a lot of times as far as just, you know, learning it on your own. It's like, once you either got to go to college, army, or get a job and get out, you know, for most part. It feels like a lot of time that adversity that we went through, we were just forced to just deal with it on our own a lot of the times, versus, like, I think we're learning now to where it's not always bad to, you know, some of that coddling, some of that, you know, nepotism might not always be a bad thing, because we see the result of it, and we see like the other side in their communities, and how they've dealt with it, and how their communities are versus some of the stuff we see.
That's another great question. The thing is, it's really tough, because like and it's why, bro, it's just like a learning experience. You have to just wait and see what happens. You know what I mean? You do the best you can to be intentional about the things that you can be intentional about, and you know what I mean, do the best job you can. But then it's like you'll never know whether the kid's going to end up being what the fuck you know what I mean? You can put all of this in and think that the result's going to be this, but you don't fucking know. You know what I mean? And so like you kind of got to, huh?
I said for sure.
Oh, okay. I thought I just didn't know what you said. But
yeah.
And like it's like it took for me to judge. Like I got a lot of complaints, a lot of critiques that I can give my parents about. You know what I mean? But the only thing I would say is that I just wish like they would like support more, not like get in and like coddle me, because the end result, I'm not mad at where the end result is. You know what I mean? Or not the end result. I'm still working to be better, but like I learned a lot from like having to walk from Hidden Valley to City Side to get food because old head wasn't putting food in it. You know what I mean? Like I ain't saying that it was a good thing that he did that, but like all of those things allowed me to get to a place where like I know what it's like to be broke and fucked up, and you know what I mean? I know it pushed me to become what I've become. Not saying that if they did it differently, that I could have been something better. You know what I mean? Possibly, I don't know, but I won't say whether they did a like.
Okay, let me ask you this then. Would you? Okay, I'll let you.
I want to answer, but re-ask your question again, because I do want to make sure I answer it directly.
It was about like the adversity that we were allowed to go through in our generation, and how it shaped us versus what we allow our kids to go through.
Okay, so it was about that. What's the question? Oh,
adversity, like how do you think?
Are you saying like was it good ever?
Yeah, how are we affected by like the adversity our parents allowed us to go?
Okay,
through?
Gotcha. I think that the best that I could say is like me and my brother Roger, we both kind of grew up in the same household, but we did experience different versions of adversity. Where he was the person that was get a job, military, or you get out the house. And he actually was out the house at 18 once he graduated. And so like I seen what that led to and what that ended up like manifesting itself as. And again, like my brother, right? Like he homeowner, married, XYZ. But there was a journey that came with that.
Just a quick question for you. Do you think that it was it because he was 18, or was it because of being problematic like in the house, like the decisions that you
well, he wasn't like he wasn't a troublemaker per se in the house. So I think that like there was, well, for sure in our house, like there was either you did 1, 2, or 3, or you was out the house. So that was a piece.
Got you.
Did my brother also have like probably some things going, like who knows, probably. I think that there's probably some level of accountability that does come with it. Where, yeah, like I say that's the easier way to answer that. But and I've seen what came with that in the journey that it led it to, and there was some downs, and then eventually it, like he's been able to like just do really great shit. But on the other hand, like me, I went to college, and it's hard for me to be like, I just had the most adversity. Like we grew up inside, like a low income, quote unquote, hood neighborhood and shit like that. We got regular whoopings like everybody else, but I don't think anything was like at this crazy OD thing where, like I have to like broadcast black trauma on my life to where like it like completely shaped me. But at the same time, I think I think my brother is completely different. And I think that like those are like it's its own like weird little balance. And we both ended up like turning out well. So, but we also had very different journeys that led to different consequences and different benefits and shit like that. And I can't say either one was better. And like juxtaposing the two. Or one was definitely easier.
What about moving along? I know your family. What about like moving along like in the younger generations? Because I feel like the older kids get the toughest version of the parents, and then like that coddling or what we would say coddling, that like looking out for the adversity. The younger kids get a different version. of your parents. Like my dad versus like how my sister was raised with him and how I was raised with him is totally different. And so like we come with a LeBron James and him not having a dad. Like I don't think it's a wrong thing, or I don't think it's gonna be a problematic thing, because like just based off like having nobody there to advocate for him, it's gonna make him want to over advocate, and it's gonna. And we've seen the both situations where it always works out, or there's a lot of time where both situations can end up.
Well, but I think that's such a slippery slope. I'm not an advocate for like just letting them hang themselves, like just giving them the complete rope. But yeah, also just to yes, my parents definitely were homeowners also. Shout out to the people. But I don't think I ever said that it wasn't, did I? I was just saying that my brother's a homeowner. After like going through the track of what he went through, which was like a very big feat. Meaning like he don't care about like saying it, like he's went to jail multiple years. Like he's had the felonies, had to get them expunged off his work. Like he's went down the whole thing where like struggling to get a job afterward and finding a job, and then like trying to get promoted, and that ends up being something, and then eventually like slowly walking his way up into like where he's at right now. And it's been like an amazing journey to look at and see. But I also say that if I know for a fact if he could do it over, he would want to do it way differently.
Yeah, I think, and I think that, and this is another thing. Like, I'll talk about like college. I think that trades, everybody shouldn't go to college. Yeah, I'm big on trades. That what I mean, that's my opinion. But then I also have realized like, well, no, because some people have a really rough time in college too. I was about to say like going to college allows you to, if you go to college and you do your 4 years and you actually being a student, not saying you're doing really great in school, but you're doing good enough. You know what I mean? You can mess around and bypass a lot of that time period where a whole bunch of that bullshit be happening.
Facts.
Because like with me, like if I would have went to college and you know what I mean, it could have saved me from a lot. It's like
of purgatory.
When I went to college, if I wouldn't have dropped out, just like I fucking dropped out of high school, like I would have saved. And even dropping out of high school, like going to school, it saves you a lot of the bullshit. You know what I mean? So like that
insulated.
You're definitely insulated. But like I say, then HBCU is always in the hood. And so like that was the thing with me. Like I was ended up getting involved with motherfuckers that was not in the school necessarily.
Just close.
You should have kept your ass on campus.
Yeah, no, see that was where I fucked up at. But like, I'm just saying, like
I was just having this conversation with QJ. He hey, shout out to Chambers. They're playing Final Four. So that like States is right now. They're in the Final Four. So
who they got?
They're gonna play North Mech again. So really, whoever wins that is gonna end up being going to win States. But with that, so the Final Four they played inside Wake Forest. So they played at Wake Forest. So it's a college.
The university?
University. So it was a college court. So his team this weekend, they was having practice at UNC Charlotte. And so like we was driving around and I was just telling them how if you went to UNC Charlotte, even though your mama house is like 5 minutes up the street, it wouldn't feel like that because when you're on a college campus, it's so insulated and everything that you need is there. And this is like the same difference. Like all the homies that was, in Durham and was from Durham that lived on campus was on, like they were so insulated to where it's its own complete world. But when you like, if you do stay at home, which like it's a completely different experience. And if you go off campus, especially if it ain't like college-based housing, you're now reintroducing yourself into the real world with real people that's doing real shit.
And then you talk about.
Like I remember leaving college thinking that like the last day on campus, I was like, "Yeah, this shit ain't never gonna be." I remember that. I got joints up here. I got joints down there. Joints here, joints there. Like it ain't never gonna be like.
White?
Hey, bro, it's a PWI, but it was a couple of them in there. It was a couple of them in there, but hey, we had some sisters though at USC. They got a strong AAAS. That AAAS went hard. Association of African American Students. That was the black.
Oh, that was the DEI program.
Well, no, it was African American. It was FBA based.
DEI.
DEI is not FBA based. It's
what
progressive based. So, it's the left. Everybody else get DEI.
No, but that would still be a DEI program.
I guess, man. Whatever. I guess.
It's a program.
You gonna lump me into some DEI shit.
Like niggas don't like to hear it, but if you mad shit, niggas be like reparations is a DEI program.
I remember y'all having that conversation.
Like it falls literally like it's a social program that's directed towards a specific group. That's DEI. Like I don't know what the fuck.
Put me in the DEI box.
I go back and forth. I understand.
Like niggas look at like niggas.
That's making it like super broad.
But that like there's no like DEI.
With the idea of DEI versus what we understand that is.
But
you know what I mean?
DEI is super broad though.
Yeah, but
like it's talking about diversity,
but what I'm
equity,
saying is that
and inclusion.
When you think of like the way in which they implemented the things that are actually like DEI hires or the specific programs that they use, you know what I mean? It is more specific than saying everything. I understand like it's a social program, so you could put all social programs,
but no, like social DEI, programs that
help minorities. That help minorities.
All right, so like reparations, for example, is pushing for equity for Black people.
It's pushing for you to pay what you owe.
Like that sounds great, but what it actually
is, even if you take it like
but
pay like, what you owe, you'll have to like.
So if you pay what you owe, that's called getting your equity.
No, that's called paying your bill.
Okay,
that's called paying your bill.
Paying your bill is called equity, especially if it's something that's owed for an extended period of time.
I get it.
Technically,
I get it.
Like we be so against some of the things that like. And this is where I think like Black folk, we get tricked easily sometimes.
You said triggered or tricked?
Tricked.
Okay, go ahead.
Like just being completely like full stop against DEI and also being for reparations makes absolutely no sense. Because you can't do it without the other. Like it's literally an equity program. Like you're pushing for equality for something that's owed for you over the extended period of time through a social program. That's literally
pay your bills.
And that's the shit that Donald Trump get all them claps for. That's why he in his actual like bullet points of his he said, "I am not for reparations."
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't what we was going. We can do a whole.
Shout out Fat Boy the homie. If it's one thing that the like my FBA brothers that they gonna throw you these two statements. It's disingenuous and it's bad faith.
No,
y'all gonna say not in good faith.
No, look, what I will say, while I was watching
I'm walking by faith, but it's good faith.
I'm
walking by good faith.
While I was watching the unpack, this man Q will ask like a question that is no way you can really. And the way he was digging and probing, it was like there's no way.
Will be a question that I asked.
I can't just fucking remember the question.
Who was he asking the question to?
I was I kept asking Trey. I can tell you what I was talking about. Like Trey.
Hold on, let me just get this off. This man will literally have a line of questioning to disprove or to say that you're wrong. Even in the way he framed the question, he's pretty much trying to show you that you're wrong. But he'll say in the most what is the best faith. In the most best faith way, he'll preface it with that, and it's like, bro, you literally are picking the whole thing apart. That's your whole purpose in the conversation.
It's not though. Like, so if we're having like a good faith conversation, this was like reparations, and the good faith part of it is like, hey, how like in good faith, how would you force these people to give you reparations through voting? If they're already against this right now, and if every time you answer it, you don't like address anything that I'm saying, but like if you actually have an answer, because like to me, the answer to that, in my opinion, would be that you would have to find a way through force meaning leverage, and if you're going to pass reparations through voting, it has to be through having leverage over quote unquote these white people or whatever. That's my POV. So like I have an understanding of what I believe would be the way of that action happening. But if you're saying that you're not doing it through leverage or like you want this to be done, and this isn't like this isn't the first or the second year conversation the FBA has had about reparations, I would imagine that there should be like some blueprint of, okay, if we're saying that we want to force it and it can be done by voting, you would know how that you're going to get these white people that are literally saying we're not for this to vote. If not, then it's like it's a wild goose chase, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up on Unpack one of these days, and I'll be able to give my little unload on
Don't
that.
worry, them FBA boys gonna let them have it. They go.
No, just answer the question.
No, but I think
like the thing is, like niggas never answer that question.
No,
They just keep asking the same thing, and somehow it's bad faith because I'm asking how.
No. It was like even like from the way that you started.
Where did I start? What's the bad faith part of where I started?
Well, we supposed to be talking
if you're going to pass it through
with the coddling. I just want to try to.
And then I have a solution with like I came with the solution and just want to know what like if you don't agree with this, how would you do it? Like what's bad faith about it?
So does I'm just playing. But yeah, nah, I ain't gonna feed.
Hey, now listen. One thing about it. As soon as you throw like reparations or something like that, the unpacked radar come out. It's like a bat signal, and the boys they gonna hop in there. Shout out to the guys. Shout out Kofi. Shout out Fat Boy.
They got that. They got that FBA notification.
They gonna run down.
I don't know how we got that button, but as soon as we talk about it,
they pop up. But matter of fact, I think that Tone he been starring some, but we got a lot of commentary to go into.
Hey,
shout out my boy S. Will.
Oh yeah, that's the guy that was on Unpacked that came up that was talking about the Democrats, the people that are voting in mass.
You talking about Steve?
Oh, that's Steve. Okay, shout out to Steve, bro. You actually like dropped some shit I had never thought about.
Oh, yeah, no, that's the homie.
Yeah, shout out Steve. Shout out S. Will too. I thought you was somebody else though.
Okay, this was regarding the LeBron conversation. Not to make it racial, but do we think it's this big of a topic if it was a white player?
Which part?
As far as the whole argument between.
I think it'd be probably worse. Imagine if Mark Cuban got his son in the league and he was playing minutes.
Yeah,
that should be crazy.
Yeah. Well, like in this industry, I don't think white people could do it. Like you can't you can't force them. I don't think it works for them in this industry.
Oh no, it depends on. See, the thing is like if that say that white guy became the face of the NBA. Let's say like they saying that maybe Luka will with this whole Laker thing. And Luka has a son that's not as good as he.
Like Luke Walton would be a great example. Luke
I think
and his son. What's his son?
Luke, Bill Walton.
Bill Walton. Like Bill Walton was like supposed to be that guy at a certain point in time.
But Luke was decent.
Well, here's my point. Here's my point though. Luke had to do multiple years at UCLA and become like just a regular role player, and had to have the stats to back it up. But his dad, at one point in time, was one of those faces of the NBA in the 1970s before his knees blew out and all that shit.
It was actually probably harder for Luke Walton. Like well,
typically that ends up being what it is. But like the Berries would be another example. But like all of them could actually hoop.
Their dad was in the league too.
Yeah, he might have won like MVP and shit like that. But they actually could, like they had to go the 3 to 4 years in college, have the stats that lined up, and still get picked middle back. And yeah, one of them won the dunk contest, but that was like they claim to fame.
What else Steve had for us?
I'm gonna go back to that one.
Okay.
Stephen A. Smith is always trying to check somebody, but you need to mind his own business.
He's just talking sports. That's what he's supposed to do.
That is his business.
Yeah, he just got the biggest contract. What they give him?
Oh yeah, he making more than NBA players now.
Yeah, for 5 years. What was it?
That nigga making more than running backs for sure.
Hell yeah, them running back contracts be nasty.
This nigga's getting CTE for
running back contracts be worse than like bench players in the NBA.
God. Damn,
Timothy Mozgov be getting more money than.
Hey, my thing is like at some point that
Nick Batum.
At some point, about don't make sense to have your kids playing. You know what I mean? Going into the sport, if that's the case, like at some point, you know what I mean? What the fuck am I putting you in football for? What these niggas is getting?
Well, it depends on what you put them in.
But like
you put them in there for, like, if you put them in there to go to the league,
there's more opportunity in football. Like a lot of dudes that can't make the NBA. Can play NFL ball. There's almost like I think there's
especially the tight end. Antonio Gates might be possibly a top 3 all-time tight end.
Yeah.
But he never played college or high school football.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's dope.
That nigga was like a power forward.
I didn't know that.
But it's been a couple people that ends up translating that way. Don't quote me on high school, but I think he didn't play high school football either.
Stephen A. Smith needs to check his hairline and leave everybody else's business out of his. He's not that good at what he does. I have no idea why he gets paid so much money. He's a lame.
I ain't mad at Stephen A. Smith, man.
Yeah. I don't watch him enough to really have a real take on him.
Yeah. I agree this has been pent up for years because Stephen A has been critical of LeBron since he got in the league.
I think that's more Skip Bayless than anything.
Yeah. I'm a dad to a 3-year-old girl. My biggest fear is becoming too overbearing and not letting her make crucial mistakes she needs to make in life to grow. Any advice there?
Ooh. And it gets real difficult with it go with the.
But I agree with that though.
It's like it's much easier for you to watch your son as a man, watch your son hit his head and have to figure it out than it is for you to watch your daughter do it. So I definitely agree. I think it's like I say, it's a fucking learning experiment that just like, you just be intentional where you can, man. Cause like ain't no way. Yeah, I'm trying shit. So like my thing, okay, so this is my goal. My goal is to raise my daughter to be a wife. That's like because I want her, when I leave here, I want her to have a man that will be able to assist and aid in the ways that in the ways that I generally contribute in. You know what I mean? So that's my biggest thing. So that's my biggest goal. And so in doing that, I do have to allow her. You can't OD coddle. You can't OD coddle because then
you can't push independence like that in that capacity.
Yeah, you can't let her go through like
if you're raising her to be a wife, I would imagine that.
Oh no, yeah, you talking about? But
so
I mean, being independent.
I don't know. Like, what does it mean to raise someone to be a wife?
I guess the biggest thing is to understand that men and their contributions are very important, and always to be cognizant of the way daddy's moving around. Be appreciative of everything mom is doing, but don't overlook all of the little things that you see. That you know what I mean? That's my thing. It's always like make sure that you're always considering a man. I think that's generally if that's really about all we want is consideration and respect. Just fucking consider me and be respect.
But I guess like in my opinion, like that sounds like just raising them to be a conscious, good person. Like if you're aware of everything that everybody's contributing to make this thing whole,
right?
Like that seems to be like a lesson that you'll want to teach. Woman, man, boy, girl.
No, I understand.
Generally speaking, we'll be like the part where it's
so for me, right? If I would, what you about to say?
I was about to say y'all about to go into a whole nother conversation because that's really a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, no, I'll have that as my topic next week.
Yeah,
okay.
I want to talk
how to raise a wife,
or even what is a wife.
Yeah, what is a wife is a good question too.
Because I'm like what Q is posing, I'm just sitting there thinking, okay, well if that's the case, then what is a wife?
Yeah,
like,
what did I pose that made you think?
It was the question.
We still about to go
into the conversation, so I'm like, we can just have this conversation another time.
No bad. All right, go ahead, Toe.
Thin line between protecting and coddling.
True.
Okay. Yeah.
Soft times create soft people that create hard times. They have to learn to persevere to achieve anything in life.
That's a fact too.
Coursera has a course from Yale that you can audit for free, or called the ABCs of Parenting, Correcting Behavior That You Like to See Changed in Your Child. I listened to the whole thing yesterday. It was really simple and made a lot of sense. Not coddling or gentle parenting, but just like how to talk to your kid nicely. I know I don't realize my tone or even the look on my face sometimes.
Oh no, the look on my face be killing. That's why I did so many push-ups in the military.
And I guess I do. I think the one before that, it said like it's a thin line between coddling and gentle parenting or something like that. Or not gentle parenting, coddling and good parenting. In which I do agree with that. I also not a person that is like a heavy advocate of like we should do it because of our parents did it and it made us tough and good. I think that sometimes we get lost inside that narrative as well, where I think the evolution of parenting has been, generally speaking, good. There's some critiques in where like one could be like, all right, that's a little extra, or like you ain't got to let that kid cuss you out at Walmart and shit like that. But there is also a space where allowing kids to build. Let me see the best way I can put this. Like build proper autonomy and expression of who they are and being comfortable to actually speak and advocate for themselves. I think that there's positives in that. I also think that there's positives in not, like being as disciplinary inside the physical action base in which we seen and we hear in this literally like the tropes of low income, socioeconomic or culturally based black. It's a topic coming, but how we want to frame it. I think that like we take pride in the fact that like we had to get that switch off thing and it whooped us and I couldn't sit down. And but yeah, like some of that shit, a lot of that shit, most of that shit's OD. And like you're attempting conditioning in the way that you condition a dog or a cat, not in the way that human beings necessarily is like best learned, even if we go like through psychology, to actually respond to stimuli. But it's just like what our grandparents, our parents, and everybody else that we know did. And I think that there's a space where like we can't just rebel against traditional, what is it? Break traditional, family curses, generational curses in a verbal sense, but then want to go back to a lot of the things that also led to it. That'd be my piece.
No, I agree with that. We have to. Go ahead. I'm gonna say we have to change something. That's the whole point of it. And like life is supposed to get easier as generations go on. So I think, not to say coddling, but there has to be some kind of ease of the burden. I feel like as the parent, like you don't want your kid to go through the same thing that you went through. Like for what? Like especially if you went through everything and you earned the life that you've built a life for yourself that's able to take care of your kids. Why had them go through the same journey?
Yeah, I don't think they have.
Some of it is necessary.
I think adversity is necessary, but I think that's why I say, if you have the ability to put it in controlled spaces, I think you should just put it in controlled spaces, in which like your kid shouldn't have to get beat the way you got beat. Your kid, because like you're a way more knowledgeable parent, you should have way more to your toolbox. Your kid shouldn't have to go through and like just wear knockoff shoes just off the strength and get ridiculed by the kids just because of same difference. And now be fearful of adults until they get like 25 or some shit like that. Like these are things that weren't fruit bearing, and if we critique it enough, these are probably spots where we can adjust. There are things to take from parents as well, but like for sure, everything ain't worth taking.
For sure. I think like, well, see, this is something that actually my homie Marquette told me this, and the thing is, if you're whooping your kids at a certain age, you were the problem. You didn't do you at a certain age. What's a certain age? Right from wrong, and I don't. My kids ain't gotten to the age yet. I'm still in the whooping age. I'm still in.
So when he was talking about it, his kids
are like teenagers. So you see, they're like, I'm gonna say one's about to grade.
I imagine he's talking about like after like 15 and like 17.
But
I imagine he was talking about like. Look, is he saying middle school or like high school?
I'm assuming I would have to ask, but I would say high school.
Okay.
At some point, I believe that like you're, and this is something that I believe. Like I know what you were saying about like the whoopings, and I think that like the biggest thing that we're doing differently, that's the best, that's helping a lot, is being more present. I think that's like one of those things that I didn't see much of, even like because generally when your mom came home from work, she went in the room and you ain't see her no more. You know what I mean? That's generally like a lot of the guys that grew up in the single mother households, like that's generally the story that you're gonna hear. Mom Deuce came home from work. You know what I mean? She may ask, did you do homework? But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Ain't really like checking the homework or nothing. You just can say, yeah. And then she goes in the room and that's, you know what I mean? So there's not really like building relationships and things. And I'm not trying to like my mom did a great job. You know what I mean? My mom did a great job. Well, the turnouts were great, so I guess that would have been a great job. But at the same time, what I'm saying is that like the thing I think that we're doing better, a lot of the stuff we don't know what the end result is, so we don't know if it's going to be better or worse. We don't know yet. But I think that what we're doing is being more present, and I think that right there is one of the most important things that should have been that we were missing. A lot of us were missing in our upbringing.
Yeah. Hey, shout out Mama Sharon. Cap, we calling Cap on that one.
Cap on what?
You read it.
She said I didn't have to whip my children. I just gave them a look and they knew that.
Oh yeah, we know.
My mama was whooping, and more than that,
she's still off.
More. Oh yeah, he done rolled with us. But more than that, when you got some people called him Big Mike, Brother Mike, my pops back there, and it was also that good old wooden paddle that all from we also live inside like a really big or from a really big family. So like literally all my first cousins have lived with us at a point in time. All of us first cousins, and we didn't all caught that paddle. That paddle was a really good deterrent of either being really good at hiding or not doing something.
Yeah. That's when you end up figuring out, like, is it worth?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's
that paddle.
Wait till your daddy get home.
Very
I remember that on Marlboro Road.
That was the worst. Wait till your daddy get home.
Oh yeah, my wife pulled that out right now.
Mamas ain't always got to hit you. It's not like if that person is able to come, yeah.
I don't even whoop my daughter like that. But I'm gonna tell daddy that shit works all the time. I'm gonna call daddy.
Now that paddle will make you be wearing basketball shorts and all.
Yeah, you trying to like overlay her.
Hey, y'all ever thought about like putting the book or something in, like one of the bro?
No, you couldn't do that. You couldn't do the book because like you could feel it.
Yeah,
but you supposed to like
you'd get it worse if you had a book in there. Yeah.
You ever thought about like what was like some of the shit you thought about, like other than like the layers? You ever thought about anything else?
Running away.
Yeah,
hiding under the bed.
I did that too.
Like he got, but then my pop.
But they gonna find you.
Oh no,
and it get worse.
He just been down and just started throwing the belt under the bed. Bro, I'm catching.
Bro, you wasn't a real kid back in the day. You wasn't a real kid back in the day if you didn't think about running away.
I didn't think about it. I was bailing, bro.
No, you was actually running away.
I was in the room, goddamn. I remember one time I hit my ear on the bunk bed and it started bleeding. And that was the last time my mama let my dad whoop me too, because I told her that he hit me with the belt on my ear. And she was hot about it.
No, I ran away one time. I had packed the bag.
That's crazy.
Hey, I done told them already. Hey, you know, they
I
know
got to the stop sign. I hit the garage door. I got to the stop sign.
You came right back. No, I ain't that, because I mean, really, typically you wanted to run away because you didn't want that consequence from what you was actually what you did that actually deserved probably consequences to be. But like when you talk about like daddy, like wait till your dad come. Right. But then your dad don't get home to about 8, and it's 2.
That's torture.
And it's,
that's torture. And
it's 2.
And then Pops will throw your curve.
I forget that, like he had a late day, and like when you just sitting there and you just got to be in your room, and it's just building.
You just thinking about it.
I shouldn't have called my mama.
Yeah, my grandma, she used to like let you think it was sweet. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you did get a whooping, sometimes you didn't. You never knew.
That's what would always fuck you up. Because if it was a whooping every time.
See, yeah, that's the thing. You already know, but like sometimes she didn't catch you. So she'll wait until you get in that tub.
Oh,
and come in there with that switch.
In the tub?
In the tub. Get you right together.
I ain't never
got a wet whooping.
I got one getting right out the shower one time. Like soon as I cut off the shower water and stepped out, my mama came in with the belt.
Ooh, you felt that belt on your back?
Oh yeah, this
on my stomach.
I got hit with the belt buckle one time. Pop got so mad. He ain't know which side of the belt. He dropped it. He ain't know which side he picked up. And he just
What we start teeing off.
Well, this shit started hitting the bed frame. You know the little metal bar out under that bitch. Like, oh my god, this motherfucker about to kill me.
That's crazy, bro.
Now my mama with her grandchildren, whole different mama.
Oh yeah. That's
how they are. For sure. I think that's the evolution of understanding what you did and making adjustments. I think that's how it's like. I think it makes perfect sense because we always say that, like, damn, man, you ain't do that. But if you have kids, all right, so I guess this would be the framing of it. So my parents have my older brother, he's like 42, I want to say. But my youngest sister is like 22. So there's like even like a 20-year gap in the births of those two. And so what they was doing when he was born in the world they lived in comparison to when she was 15, like these are completely different worlds.
For sure.
And you see it even inside like what they got away with, what they did, what they like, and it the adjustment, in my opinion, it just makes sense. Like you've parented through like my parents, they parented through pretty much like 3 generations. You talking about like 82 all the way up to 2002? Like that, yeah, 2002. Like you raise kids inside, like, you know, completely different generations. My sisters and them, it was like 10 inside like the 90s, not 90s, inside like the 2010s. Like you going from raising a kid in the 80s to the 20s, like that's such a huge gap. And I think that like their adjustments, though we be like, man, they got it easy. makes sense.
It makes sense though.
Yeah, and having kids later too. Like if you generally you like when you're younger, you're so much more fucking. You know what I mean? You just got so much more energy, and you're so much easier.
Nah, them grandmas back in the day still
your fuse, like your fuse gets a little longer as you get older. I think like everything you done been through enough to where everything don't piss you the fuck off. Like because you done been through enough to like okay, it's levels to this shit. You know what I mean? Like everything don't look like a whooping. When you young, that's all the fuck you. Everything mean a whooping.
But I think it had to do with the times too, though. Okay.
Yeah,
like
sure.
like
grandmas used to be mean, then they got nicer.
I think because you remember we used to joke on up here about calling DSS. I think like motherfuckers.
I ain't never done that. Come on, no we.
Oh, you ain't never say you was?
Fuck no.
Not in my house.
No, I definitely.
My mom would. Okay, go ahead. Matter of fact, let me take you to the office.
We get packed shit up.
Yeah, you want to call and get me in? Don't worry.
You fuck around and be moving out for real.
You know, we ain't never said that, but I've heard that inside like the peripheral of
but it ain't work. It ain't work.
You called DSS?
No, I never called it, but
how you gonna say it didn't work?
Because I mean the threat didn't work. I just thought me saying it, you know, I just thought
I thought my dog called it. Okay.
No, I just thought I could say it. I was like, hey, y'all leave me alone. I'll go ahead.
I feel like Mom Dukes would have probably you probably would have just got swung on.
I ain't never had enough to even grab the phone.
That might have pissed her off more, probably.
Yeah.
I think probably so. That probably would have pissed her
off. I
off.
ain't even had the nuts to grab the phone.
I like these parenting conversations. These are kind of fire. Hey chat and let us know if these are more conversations y'all would be interested in us diving into. We might even do like a full series on parenting and parenting conversations. Let us know. But do y'all want to hop into a quick little music one? I see LTD, she in there, Ron Dwan in here. Some of our music fans are in here. Nail, we could hop into that. We could hop into the memes. How y'all feeling, fellas?
I mean, we could do the music one real quick, cause
okay. Short and sweet. What are in chat? What we maybe we'll throw a call in a second, but what is a song or songs or what is some music that has changed your life? That has changed the way that you view life, a perspective, or has impacted you in a way in which you be like, damn, like this, when I hear this song and these lyrics, these meant something to me at this moment that got me through. Like you hear a lot of people say like, this song saved my life, or depending on the kind of music that you listen to, like this song, influenced me to do this, good or bad, or this changed the way I view the world inside some capacity. Fellas.
Hoes, let's just talk. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Go ahead.
He's a big 5-0 with your back.
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, my song, I want to change my song now, but the first song I was going to say was Through the Wire by Kanye West.
Okay.
And it's just, and not that it changed my life or anything, but it just changed the way I looked at music. And I remember being a music fan before that song.
Let's stay life.
Okay.
Life.
If I'd have to go to life, it's probably going to be a gospel song. Like God's probably more than I can bear. That's one of those ones. Donnie McClurkin, We Fall Down. That's another one that like.
Not a second. Another minute.
Need You Now. Yeah. So there's like I got a couple of like the gospel songs are the ones that like really then got me through as far as like just lifetimes. But I got a whole gospel playlist. I go down like the Need You Now, J Moss Praise Him.
Yes, sir.
That's Order My Steps. That's a big one. Your Grace is so
that's crazy because mine was gospel too, and I know yours was
that's
too.
That's why I was gonna say I could use another one. That was fire, bro. I love it.
So do y'all have any like contemporary? So y'all don't have any like rap records or R&B songs that change your POV or perspective?
Well, I could tell one that helped. One that I ain't gonna say it really like changed my POV or perspective, but one that I used to like even still like sometimes I used to like uplift me and it. Oh, don't kill me in the chat, bro. I know that you know what I mean. He doing this bid for his crimes, bro. But the world's greatest.
Damn, that's another one.
World's greatest is one of those ones, bro. That just it just does that. It just does it for me. You know what I mean? That right there is one of them.
That's the reason I didn't say that, because he in jail.
Yeah, but I break it, man. You gotta give that man his respect for the craft, bro. We ain't talking about what you did in your free time.
I Wish is another one.
Oh yeah, ooh,
that's
another one.
Anytime I like
lose
somebody, like my grandma, that's one that really it usually bring a tear to my eye no matter what I'm going through.
Stop by to say what's up.
Yeah, baby boy ain't doing so tough. Even though I lost, you going on 4 long years.
Yeah, no,
lady like crying tears.
Bro, that's just thinking about those days you used to talk to me.
Yeah, like that's one of them ones too. That I wish. If Kales is cool, I'll go I wish.
No, that's yeah.
No. I got one. I'm going all the way back. This is the song that I remember first really knowing I liked music at. Like I knew I was in love with music at this time. This was like I would have been around 5 or 6 years old, but it was Jodeci, Cry For You. Ironically enough. But that was my joke though. Like it was like it made me like know that I was really in love with music then. Like it was like from then on, I paid attention to everything. Like I don't even know what it was about the song. I know now, I guess that I'm older. Jodeci made stuff. They was a lot different than a lot of music, but yeah, it just stood out to me.
Shout out Lisa Mix. She took one off my list. Big Crit the Vent was for sure on my list of records. That's one of those ones.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Him, that one, Free My Soul. Those are 2 records that like stood with me and I really like. Love Yours for sure. J. Cole.
Crooked Smile.
That's one of the ones
Crooked
that
Smile,
like
what's up, dude?
Even to this day, just like the statement. Ain't no life that's better than the one better than yours.
No
and like
even
the way that he kind of like ran the story of that song. I thought it was really powerful. It gave really good perspective, in my opinion.
Another J. Cole. I keep my head high.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember the name of it. That was my jank though at the time.
Hold It Down was one of them ones for me.
So how did it change your perspective on it?
Or it just showed me that, like, because even the way he was talking, it's just about that, like, there's different paths to life, and that, like, I had some homies that was part of the story, and then I was like, damn, and then I'm the J. Cole in the situation where I'm just viewing it, and it just made me understand that, damn, it can really like go different ways, and it's trying to help me, like, you know, some of the homies as far as just bring them, you know, just try to bring them with me, try to put my, you know, niggas on game and shit like that.
I think that another, like, I got a few J. Cole ones. So O2 Adolescence is another one. Story that he told with that, and it's
that
kind
was
of
on Forest Hills, right?
Yeah, it's on Forest Hills. Like that was one where he kind of talks about his homeboy, and like he was complaining about like how bad his life was until
that's a funny one.
Life change.
But he was complaining about how bad he had it until he heard his homeboy that was going through life at such a realer capacity. He was having to sell with XYZ, and then he told him, "Hey, bro, like you should be like you don't want to be like me,
right?
Like I'm doing this shit to survive. You think that this shit's just cool?" And I think that that's a story like in the Good Kid, Mad City way of things that a lot of people, if you grew up inside like lower socioeconomic neighborhoods, this is a path that you see a lot. Damn. All right. So I guess it's only right at this moment for me to kind of reflect really quickly. Apologies, but not real go.
Yeah, no, that I was
caught him off guard.
Yeah. Fuck. I guess go through some comments, Tone. Shit. I don't know. Go through some comments.
Shoot. We got Objects in the Mirror, Mac Miller. Joey Badass, Teach Me. Mailbox Money by Nipsey. Big Crit, Vent. Smile by Kirk Franklin.
No, Smile was a good one too. I don't know, S. Will, you seen him on Tiny Desk, bro? Kirk Franklin on Tiny Desk was amazing, bro. Amazing.
Oh yeah. Do Rags by I clicked it up, went to the wrong thing. Man. Do Rags by Nas. Yeah. You got some good ones.
Yeah.
Good, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Just go to the wide shot. I'll try and make it through it. Well, not. Just give me a second.
Shoot, man. Yeah, some of them gospel ones, dog, really the ones got me through. I ain't gonna even front.
Yeah, no, I can.
It was that just we came up during the time where, like, on average, most of the guys I even knew, when you was in the car with them and their moms was listening to gospel music or Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. That was like the only other that right there was like those. It was gospel or Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. That's like stuck in my head for like forever, bro. Like that's we grew up those. It was definitely. Even ride with Mama Sharon, the gospel was bumping tough in the Tahoe. Mm. Oh, it was a Suburban, yeah. Even Tone's mom that I love dearly.
Man, it was ironically enough, I was about to say something about the song she had shared that kind of helped. Like it was a song she gave, like, on my 21st birthday, she did this song that was like she did this video for me, and it was the song behind the video. That video right there, it's one of the things that, and I always get caught up in it, but I can't necessarily say it changed me. It more so reinforced what I already believed. And I don't even know the name of it, but it's like, love is patient, caring, love is kind, love is felt most when it's genuine. Though I've had my share of love abused, manipulated, and its strength misused, I can't help but give you glory when I think about my story. And I know you favored me because my enemies did try. They couldn't triumph over me. That jump was my song, bro.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I guess if I try and get through it, so yeah, like I guess I'll start with the thing. So unfortunately, I got news this week that Jamel, it's a kid, it's a guy that I grew up with. In the story of like 02 adolescence, like there's so much that mirrors that. And I got that news this week, so that's kind of where it's like, damn. Speaking about it, it triggered such a memory to us. Like, damn, it's almost a one-on-one of sorts. And yeah. So yeah, nonetheless, like I said, like even speaking that just now was like, it was such a tough little hurdle. But like, yeah, like I said, like that was a song that if you grew up inside like those scenarios, there was some people that you just learn like, damn, like they got a different struggle than I do. Even though we all are inside like this like general area, their struggle is a lot different. And like them, again, rest in peace, Trez. Like it's a lot of like the guys that were like really pillar to my adolescence that unfortunately they're not here now, but like those stories, that song for sure, as I just sit and reflect, like it really hits home when it comes down to that. I'm gonna try and keep going through it really quickly. Half hours, J. Cole, that's one where like his perspective on power, that's something that I quote often. He say, she say, Lupe. That was one where like just the perspective of the same thing was really, really powerful. And this was like just a kid in school. And if you're a teacher, you've probably seen this 1,000 times, in which like the kid that's acting up at school, what he's saying can be interpreted so much differently from the teacher, the parent, and the student's POV. And he used almost the exact same verse to say, very different things over and over. And to me, like that's the camera perspective on perspective. And I never heard that one. I think when I was a kid, Crossroads Bone, that was one of them ones. No, that's like I think that,
that video, was like, crazy, bro. Yeah, I remember where I was at. I was in Hidden Valley. It's crazy. I was in the same neighborhood. I was in Hidden Valley. My aunt and uncle, they were living there, and I remember seeing that video, and like, bro, just their eyes turning black and all that shit as they were going. That shit was crazy, bro. Freaky, like it was an emotional vid. Like I remember lump in my throat, pause, and everything.
Bro, I used to be scared of that video, and I would close every time the dude popped out the wall, I would close my eyes.
Yeah, it was a lot for me. And I want to do one last one because the song just came out, and it's something that it's like and this gonna be the one for me because it's been a song that's helped me. I don't know if everybody know, but I've been dealing with family, a family loss this week, and Friday and Meek dropped The Proud of You, and like the timing of it, me going everything I went through with my dad and like the words they say on that, it's just like that's one of the one like
the video super powerful.
I'm sorry, say it one more time. What song is it?
Proud of You. The Meek Mill, that new Meek Mill verse where he rapping about losing his dad. The song just came out a week ago, but it's like it happened like the timing just kind of lined up with how my life's going. And man, there was a couple times earlier this week where I was on the floor crying my eyes out, just listening to that song. And I haven't really listened to a lot of music this week. I was so busy with everything, but that's one of the one songs that kind of poked through this week. And just it's a tough time, and loss ain't never easy, but that's one of them ones that like it lets you know that you ain't the only one that's a lot of times loss be so big that you feel like it's just you and your world's over, but it happens, it just unfortunately it happens to a lot of people, and just seeing that how other people deal with it, and that I'm not alone is a beautiful thing.
On that note, speaking of just kind of seeing where some of this goes, I don't necessarily know if we need to take it this way, but it's one of them conversations that we definitely should be paying attention to. Like, are you okay? Because there's a lot of people going through right now that's just going through without speaking about it.
Yeah.
Like kind of where it's like a numbness where it's like, dang, everybody going through something. So I don't want to put my burdens on nobody else, but everybody going through shit, bro. And we all got to like get that shit out.
No, that's a fact. And you know something too, I actually read a post that I can't remember who posted it recently. And it was talking about the age that we're in. It was like between 25 and 40.
Oh, it was Justin.
Okay, whatever the age was that he had on there. It was
25 to 35.
25 to 35, like that. Life gets real. You know what I mean? You're getting up in age where your parents are getting up in age, and where how it was created to go. You know what I mean? Those things tend to start to happen around that age, and the relationships and all. You know what I mean? It's just a lot of things around this age start getting real serious, and shit just ain't a game no more. You know what I mean? If you talk about like being parents and like fucking the difficulty of co-parenting, like at that age you will have got kids, you know what I mean? You check so many of these boxes, and all of these boxes come with the other side of it too. And it's crazy. Like you say, I see a lot of, and then when I say, bro, is that as brothers, bro, we gotta hold on to each other, bro. Because the thing is like, and that's what I love about like we childhood, like damn the childhood friends. You know what I mean? And a lot of people just don't have that. And then just imagine like some people don't have people like just homies friends, that they really can fucking.
Some people ain't got a lot of friends in general.
And so we definitely gotta embrace each other during these times, bro, because it gets rough. It gets rough. Yeah, I had dealt with a lot of death last year. It was like a year where you know what I mean. It was a lot going on.
No, it come in waves, and it's like, like you say, like I seen something about talking about turning 40 and how like by the time most people turn 40, they done lost something, and like that loss is whether it's a parent, a friend, a homie, a sibling, or something. But that loss is what like how you respond to it is what like really makes you a man. And it's like, cause like you don't know, it's like you don't know how it's gonna react to you till shit hit the fan. I was watching some shit about a wreck they had, and they was trying to move these big ass steel beams, and they was like, we don't know what's gonna happen when we cut it. And like when we cut this shit might fly this way, and like you never know how. Like you can prepare all day long for something, and then when it hits you in the face, you don't know how you're gonna feel. And by the time you get this age, most of us unfortunately have had to deal with some type of that loss, and we've had to learn those lessons. And to me, those like some of the best lessons, because it's like you say, the adversity piece of it, and it's something like losing a parent. They can't coddle you no more. It ain't no protecting no more. It's just like you got to deal with that. That's like the true realest form of adversity, because now you have to deal with that. No matter what they said or did, that you gotta walk through that.
Nah, for sure. Look like we got to call in the back.
We got Ron Dwan here.
Shout out Ron Dwan. He made the memes last week. Man, shout out to the homie.
What up, homie?
What's happening, gentlemen? What's happening?
Not much. Yeah, I guess talk to us.
First and foremost, Johnny, man, condolences and prayers to you and your family.
Man, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
You know, everybody, like you guys, it's a really dope conversation, right? Because I think everything's tying into each other. Mm-hmm. Q, what you were talking about, like sports and other things that can prepare you to go through adversity in life, right? They kind of prepare you for these times of this age bracket. You know, of course, it's not a correlation of, you know, playing a game with real life adversity, but it teaches you how to pick yourself up, how not to fold, how to keep going, how that you still have other people depending on you, regardless of the losses that we take as men, right?
Yeah, how to feel at high stakes. A lot of times it be high stakes.
Right.
You fail.
And
to like, what damn, I got to get up.
To what Rel was saying, there's a lot of people that took a lot of losses and don't really have the friendship that you guys got, right?
No,
like me, myself, both of my best friends are dead. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple homies left that are brothers at this point. You see what I'm saying? As you go through life, you start eating these losses, and it's just about not breaking you. You know what I'm saying? You got you got people that's depending on you. You got to pick yourself up and you got to keep going. But it does take a toll on us, and this is a dope conversation that you guys are having to kind of give a voice and give a space to men that are kind of going through these things. It's not the cute thing to talk about. It's not the easy thing to talk about sometimes, but it's definitely necessary conversations just to let the world know that there's other people going through things that I'm going through or have went through. You know, the death of a parent is always a hard thing. I lost my pops years ago, but yeah, we always going to have these challenges in life. We're going to have, you know, these things that we got to overcome. And it's key and it's important to have a support system that you can lean on in times and just know that you got that real love there just to kind of be a crutch to get you through your hard times. And, you know, we take turns doing that for each other. So salute to y'all for this conversation. You know, it's not what I thought I was going to walk into, but it's definitely necessary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Things tend to
appreciate you, big dog.
Tend to blend themselves fairly well. Yeah, and I mean, like again, like as we were speaking about, just songs that impact your life. And to be honest, like that kind of just hit me personally as like in a wave, because of like when I heard the news, I didn't necessarily have like a real reaction, but sometimes like there's always delay. Well, of course I had a reaction, but it wasn't like this version of reaction.
Right.
But yeah, like once things like completely tie itself together, and when the time is the time, like if anybody knows like the grief process in general, like it typically you adhere to it, but it happens at its own time. And you just never know. And you know, that's how you can get Q out here shedding tears on the podcast. Just talking about J. Cole.
Oh yeah, I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be me today.
It was so random. I didn't really put it together, and I was like, damn, like yeah, that was crazy.
I ain't gonna even front. That's where I was.
I'd have thought Johnny too.
Before you even went there, my mood was actually there, and it was like I was trying to just like hide that, and it was like it kind of just went there. So I'm actually like I'm glad that it went in that direction. Because even your relieving some grief was able to help me relieve some. I mean,
and one thing about it is like it's a journey too,
for sure.
Because like I mean, like there's gonna be good days and bad days. Like there's gonna be days where you feel like you know you don't think about it. And there's gonna be times where the most random thing gonna trigger the tears or trigger you back to that like space of like despair or like you know that lost feeling. And you know, it's just about, you know, working through it. And like I said, I'm new to it. I'm just very new to it. I ain't trying to act like I'm some expert in it, but just from, you know, what I've seen and, you know, I've had losses in the past before, but it's a journey and you can't like you said, you can't fight it. Like that's where you end up in the mental health space or where you end up like truly going off the deep end because you're trying to, you know, hold something back or like as men, like we have all these responsibilities and we have everything that we got to do. And so it's easy to just hold it in and just to be strong and just pretend like it's okay. But like in the long run, we see the detriment. We've seen like our fathers and how it eats at you when you hold it. And so the going through that death or going through that grief journey and just knowing it's a journey will allow it to be just the process to be a little easier and not, you know, feeling bad when you have a setback one day and you I thought I was over this, and you start crying the next day. That's normal. That's gonna happen. It's gonna be like that for a long time, probably.
It's gonna be like that for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
It's just gonna be random. It's not nothing to be sad about. It's just a process. Sometimes, you get to remembering things and it hits you. Sometimes with myself, or what I experienced, I didn't have the best relationship with my pops when he passed. And like I said, it was years ago. So 5-10 years later, I started like kind of understanding and getting him a little bit more. Just like as I reached the same stages of life where he was at, and I'm looking at, oh, okay, damn, this is what he was going through. This is so you can kind of get that understanding, and and those emotions,
it helps you humanize them.
You know what I mean? They're gonna well up, but just like I said, man, prayers to you and your family, and hope y'all can kind of just find the strength in each other during these times. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, for sure. Before you get off here, hopefully we'll do call in again later on. So feel free to tap back in. Rap song, or my bad, I said rap, but like a song that has.
I put two things in the chat. I put Do-Rag specifically, but more so the whole Lost Tapes projects by Nas. Right?
Was that Nas?
Yeah. And it was. If y'all ain't really familiar with that, I would say to go ahead and listen to it. It's my favorite Nas album. And like I'm probably the biggest Nas fan in the world, but it was kind of made you look at some things a little bit differently. And I also went with Mailbox Money by Nipsey, just kind of giving that business acumen in a street perspective to where different kind of people can digest it. So, and I think those things was important. They're not going to be super Grammy winning albums, but I think there's keys and there's lessons, there's outreach to a different kind of audience that sometimes the information doesn't get to. And so I thought those were some important albums right there.
Oh, for sure.
Yep. All right, Ron.
No, we appreciate you, bro.
We appreciate you, brother.
Sure.
Actually.
All right.
Yeah, I guess this leads us into our memes, correct?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, hold on. Get y'all ass up out of here.
Damn.
Your ass. I'm back,
boy.
I'm back.
Hey, I thought about this. I was like, I thought about the paper rock. Since I say fucking Johnny, go fuck around. Oh, I'm back. I knew he was gonna say that. Oh, I'm back with all the bullshit.
Hey, you can go first for that.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it. I ain't even get to get a meme in last week.
And then Q did all rounded off.
All right, let me see what I got, bro. Let's go. First, I want to do this funny one, bro. This white kid. Hold on, where my John at? Oh, this white kid. You see it? Yeah, right there.
Okay.
Hey, this joke was hilarious when I seen it.
Inside, and I'm just trying to fuck. Ooh,
You singing Michael?
cause you want you to be my.
Do we got headphones on or something?
Yeah, he in the studio.
Okay.
He doing his ad libs.
Let's just make it work. You be my first girl.
You gonna hear his feet.
I want to hear the song.
I'm just trying to fuck.
You gonna hear his feet in the ad libs.
What nigga say? I just want to fuck.
You know what? Let's just.
I want to hear the song.
Oh, me too. I want to. That's what I thought about too,
I was
bro.
trying to look at it.
Inside,
Is it looping?
and I'm
Yeah.
just trying to fuck.
I guess what I will say is that like I'm actually like impressed and jealous of that because of I think that when you got a bunch of people in the studio, like sometimes it's so hard to get lost in the music and not like these niggas like it. How that shit sound?
Big facts.
But when you can get to this point with niggas in engineering shit like that, like I don't know what the sound was if it's gonna be trash or good, but
he doesn't.
this is like what you
Got
want.
loose legs.
But this is what you want to.
give a
This is what
fuck.
you want to get to when you're like the actual artist in the studio. You just lost in the music. Fuck them.
Yeah, no, that's definitely what's on this.
I want to hear the song. I guarantee you that song hot, bro.
Be my girl. He killed that shit.
Oh, yeah, shit gonna be some Panic at the Disco.
Oh, I got. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I got something. Go up to the Breakfast Club. Go up to what's his name?
Charlemagne.
Nah,
Envy.
DJ
yeah.
Menzie.
So he's talking about the protest for the Target joint
Okay.
And so I didn't really know how they chose Target. I know that Target came out and said that they were doing away with the DEI.
It's gay. Okay.
I ain't been in that joint either, bro. I haven't been in Target. But go ahead. Go ahead, play it real quick.
Target. Yes. So people are asking, why did we pick Target when Walmart out of order, McDonald's is out of order, John Deere's out of order, Bank of America's out of order, Amazon is out of order. Right. Is we wanted to go, the African proverb says, if you want to eat an elephant, do one piece at a time. So we picked Target first for several reasons. Number one, Target is headquartered in the same city George Floyd was killed. When George Floyd was killed, Target came out, made an announcement that they're going to invest $2 billion in the black business. $2 billion, drum roll. And it starts December of 2025. When Trump made the announcement January of 2025, they dishonored that commitment. So we wanted to hold them accountable because when they made the pledge, it had nothing to do with DEI. Secondly, I am embarrassed, Breakfast Club, to say to you, Negroes spend $12 million a day in Target. And I don't know any black business that amasses that much money in any singular day.
Is it $12 million a day?
A day. Number three, Target is on 27 college campuses and not one HBCU. Number four, outside of the federal government, Target is the largest employer of black people. There are 400,000 black people on payroll and don't honor us. So we're giving that kind of money, that much human capital, and to not honor us, I think is dismally disrespected. And because they're publicly traded, we wanted to see what will happen in those 40 days that shows the data. This is the impact when black people walk away, and to share it with those sharecrops. So it will not just be 40 days, but every movement has to have a benchmark. It's got to have a strategy, and you got to have some data.
What are you calling it a fast?
Yeah, you go ahead. You go ahead. Stop it there.
I called it a fast.
I thought that this was see, that's like the whole idea of like getting rid of DEI, and then you know what I mean. What who's the benefactors of DEI? Like that's important to know. And I think that also the Target thing, that the information that not the thing about I didn't know that they committed to $2 billion.
I didn't either.
I never knew that. And so to say that, okay, well now that since Trump's decided to get rid of DEI, now you're not gonna give the $2 billion. And it's like, you know what I mean? I think that's important information for people to know, so you can decide whether or not you're going to participate. I think that's just very important to know, just to see, like, you know what I mean? Because if I would have known that,
I mean, but that go back to like we're not the targets of DEI, but we always we don't get the benefits, but we always, when something happened, it hurts us the most. The money wasn't even from DEI; it was off George Floyd. That's just a black thing that you want to do for black people because we deserve it. Then now DEI gets taken away. And now you equate us with that when that's wasn't even what it was. And I think that's like the biggest thing. I also think this, I didn't know 400,000 black people work for Target.
400, yeah.
Wouldn't it be easier to affect them in that sense? We're getting the workers to do strikes versus having us.
Well, no, see, the thing is that, they already getting, what we don't want is for all of those people to lose their damn jobs. Because he's talking about DEI. You see what I'm saying? They apparently we're the face of DEI, even though we're not the benefactors of DEI. And we don't want those people to lose their jobs. So I would say that it probably would be best if, the people on the outside that don't have to go to work there every day.
But that don't work. But like what actually works and what's been proven over time is like even with the U.S. auto workers, how that's been like how they struck a year and a half ago. Where they had these big ass strikes and it was affecting car companies.
Well, I guess if it's that many people, then a strike that would. I
but
understand
but it affected their operating. Like you can't collect if you can't operate your company, you can't even get to $12 million a day.
Right.
If your company can't operate, so like I think that would be and it's probably it's an easier targeted group of people. Even if we have to take care of them or we have to look out on the back end for them. It's easier and it's more concise group of people. It's just easier to do versus like having people from like all over the country that got different shopping spend all just stop shopping there. I think a targeted strike would be a more effective way to go about it.
I'm not no disagreement there. My question with it as it relates to it, does this make you think a second time about participating, or would you have participated if you had this additional information?
I mean, it helps. It does help build the case as far as like me just thinking it's DEI, but I like, and it kind of goes to what I want to talk about later because this is actually one of my examples as far as like us as Black people probably need to focus on things closer to our community to start like canceling, like cancel culture and stuff. There are probably things in our community that are more detrimental that we could probably take a stand on, like I wouldn't even like murder music and stuff. There's a lot of rappers that have lyrics that
goes into mine too.
That like we probably shouldn't necessarily support this rapper based on the lyrics in his songs. But we don't. We there's never a movement to cancel like that. But we want to cancel Target, where I don't know how much damage Target is actually like physically done in our communities. Where a lot of these rap songs, a lot of these YNs, there's a lot of like you can trace
correlation.
Yeah, and to me, I just don't understand that. But this does help the cause as far as if I was gonna strike, knowing about the Black people that work there, knowing about them taking it away.
Yeah, $2 billion.
That when it wasn't
was it
even
2 billion or 2 million?
He said
2
billion.
2 billion, but it wasn't that wasn't DEI's money to take away.
Exactly.
And that helped build the case as far as like, and it helped.
It wasn't DEI's money to take away. What you mean with it?
Well, they gave the money because of George Floyd. It wasn't necessarily like.
All right, so
okay, I see what you're gonna say. That's a
you gonna go with the DEI.
This is a DEI.
Oh no, that was my main, like, I guess, like, takeaway from it is that like they found a way, and this is like the major point that I keep trying to make. I said a little bit about it last week, but so again, we look at DEI as very specific. But it's actually broad in how it's implemented and how they're going to do away with or do for things. And like this is an example
for sure.
Where, again, like this happened 2018 or something like that, right? And they said that we're going to implement
2020, I think.
Okay, all right. So it was during COVID.
Yeah.
And they said we're going to do this December 2025. That's what they set the date at, right? The next election, pretty much. And how did they get away with not doing it? They said we're done with DEI.
Right.
And this is what I'm saying. Like under the guise of DEI, like it's like we like to like demonize it inside a very specific way. Its implementation and how they're going to use it is so much broader. And that's where I keep saying like we got to be careful how we get caught up in the rhetoric of like things that they are going to use against us.
Yeah, no, that even I'm glad that we got to this point, because that does actually shift my opinion as it relates to it.
Well, we might not benefit from having DEI as much, but if they take it away, it's going to hurt us the most. And that's a great. I get that.
Right.
I get
that's
that. When they take it away, who is it going to hurt?
I ain't mad at that. That's
now if it's theirs, it's not going. It might not help us as much as it helps other people.
Yeah,
but when it leaves, it's gonna hurt us more than it helped them save people.
Yeah, because the small crumbs it was gonna give us was gonna be because of that.
Okay. So what you said got me. I got another meme. Go to the little boy with the shoe in his hand, right there.
Oh, I seen this one.
Yeah, put them back because he don't take care of his kids.
By the way, who is that? Whose shoe is that?
Makes sense, right?
Anthony Edwards.
Oh, I missed it.
Oh, damn.
Get somebody else like John Morant. He take care of his daughter. Kobe Bryant.
I did see something about that.
She should have said
John Morant.
Ja.
Yeah, Kobe Bryant. He's a great dad, even after life.
Let me see the shoe.
Yeah, put them back because he don't take care of his kids.
I ain't mad at that.
Man.
He don't take care of one of his kids.
That goes into what you were just saying, like certain things that we should cancel. You know what I mean? I'm not saying we should cancel. It's just the idea of that is like, damn, why are we out here supporting shit that we shouldn't support as a culture? You know what I mean? Like you talking about the music shit, and I was like, man, can we act not that, bro? Like it's like, can we do both? Like, can we do the ignorant shit and the good shit, and then it been, you know what I mean? Can we? I don't think at this point, I think it's been proven like we kind of can't.
The ignorant shit ain't never gonna help us.
It ain't. It definitely. And what it does.
Can we do both? What?
Like, can we? Like the idea of like, yeah, I like the let's say the coal, and I like the whoever the fuck you want to put on the other side. It's like, as a culture, can we do both and it actually not have the negative ramifications that we've seen it have? Like it to me, it doesn't seem as though we can do both. It's like to support the good and support the bad at the same time. And I understand that you're like, you should be able to do that because it's just supposed to be entertainment. You should be able to do that. But the thing is that the things that you consume, it rears its head in your life somewhere, just like the TV shit, all the TV shows with the damn Flavor Flav and all of that shit. What is it called? Reality TV. Like those things rears its head in your life when you're supposed to be just being entertained, but it's actually getting in your spirit and it's showing itself. And it shows itself in our culture as well. So like the thing, like, okay, do you think that that's something that we should do? Like, okay, well, no, we're not supporting no shit where you ain't taking care of your kids, bro. Fuck it, we ain't supporting that. We're not gonna feed your pockets, and you ain't goddamn. Go ahead.
I'm not mad at it. I guess most of my answer would go to your question later. So okay, because like this is almost like a one-on-one type of thing. So like I can answer now or I can answer later. I'm sure we'd rather like get that into the question spot.
Okay. And I guess I got one more. What I'm gonna go with? Let's go with the one above the last one that I got in there. Yeah, bruh.
At some point in life, we're going to have to address Black people getting ahead and then charging other ahead. It's not community. Like, for example, you saying, oh, your house should be in a trust. Why do you got to charge me to show me how to make a trust? Why not just teach me how to make a trust? The goal is that we make it easier for the generations that come behind us. Just give the knowledge. Why do you got to charge me for the knowledge? Invest in the stock market. But I'm going to charge you to learn how to do the stock market. Why? Why not just learn so you can teach? That's community. Learning so you can teach. Bartering. Okay, them eggs in the farm. I'm throwing down $30 here, $30 there at the grocery store. Fuck fee. Give me some eggs. I'm going to teach you how to put this whole farm in a trust. Y'all don't barter. Y'all greedy. Why is hair $500? Y'all greedy. At some point in life,
I get first reaction. Because I know we're in the capitalist country, and I already kind of feel like I know what I get the other side of it too. But what is your first reaction?
I mean,
tell them you sell cars, Johnny.
Ain't nothing free in this world. Ain't nothing free in this world. Like, I mean, at some point you do have to invest in yourself, though. Like if you want to be a doctor, guess what you got to do? Go to fucking college. You want to be a lawyer. So I mean, there are certain things, and but like what has happened is like it's easier to get that knowledge. You don't have to go to school to get the knowledge. You can learn now, and that is bartering. It's because they have these self-help stuff, and you can learn stuff on your own. And a lot of the information that you used to have to go to schools or libraries to get, that was gate kept there. It's not gate kept back behind these big walls. It's on the internet, and you don't have to pay the guy. You can go do the research yourself, but if you want to learn it a little quicker, you got to pay somebody to help teach you. And versus paying tuition at like USC or Central.
Like, I actually agree with what old girl was saying. Like if you look back, if we go back some years,
Tony, you're supposed to wait, bro, because I think that this is it's telling. You're supposed to wait, bro.
Yeah.
Wait, I just want to hear. Go ahead, Q.
Okay. What she was saying, I think that I don't think that she's wrong in what she's saying to an extent, but it's twofold. I think one of them is like the solution of this is relationships. I think that people that know you will give you the game, and if we're looking at strangers, just because I guess what kinfolk or something like that.
She said community, so she threw that.
But I think like she was talking about like
the air quotes and all.
But I think that she was talking about like the broader community. I think that typically all the homies and all the guys I know, they don't have an issue giving game on a play that they didn't found that's work or a different little business idea or different little things like that. It's typically when you get outside of like the bubble of your actual real community. In which do I think that Black people should look out? Like it's such a tough thing. Yes, if we're looking inside like the perfect world, perfect place, And
so you saying we shouldn't because the world ain't perfect and it ain't never gonna be. So you saying we shouldn't then?
Well, what I'm saying is that like if there was a way that we're just like controlling for all outside forces to be able to see it, and it's just all black people, and like we have a fund to where we can make sure that these people that are giving these really good ideas get paid still because of like they're giving advice that can be generationally changing.
Well, I would assume that if with you having the information, you probably implemented the information into your own life, so you're probably doing okay. Would you in most scenarios?
Yes, not necessarily. But if somebody wants this information, like say I told Tone, and all y'all like, damn, that really worked. You should tell them, and then now it go from 3 people, now 30 people want the information. At what point does it?
I don't know if it's necessary that you have to charge. Like,
but it's valuable.
I think it is valuable for sure. It is valuable, but then that comes down to like your POV on upliftment in the black community. And the thing is that if we're doing upliftment in the black community, the examples of like what other communities do is going like what we do is going to look differently. So white people, the closest people to them, they're going to give the game, and everybody else they're selling the game to, right? If you are truly for being altruistic for the black community, you probably got to give it away for free. And it's because if we understand that we are at a deficit of means. And so if we're giving generational wealth changing advice for people that are already traditionally downtrodden, I think that it has to be free for it to be beneficial and for them to actually receive it inside a mass capacity. I had another side to it, but I kind of forgot it. So yeah, I just landed right there.
My thoughts was, if you look back, we actually have examples where I would say community was helping each other to learn stuff more. Like just for example, like looking at music or whatever, like a lot of the guitarists, the greatest guitarists we know, they learned because somebody taught them for free. Like Jimi Hendrix probably learned from somebody for free.
Shit, I wouldn't even have went to college if he didn't teach me how to play the drums for free.
Oh yeah,
literally wouldn't have went to college. There'd have been no way. Because I wouldn't think about this.
But you didn't go to college, like. But
you know what's crazy? I just was talking to Misha. Misha didn't like you know Misha was inside our driver's ed class.
Yeah,
and like she forgot that. I told her like Misha. Shout out my cousin.
Shout out Misha.
What up, Misha?
Her ass ain't driving to this day.
That's crazy. We was in driver's ed fucking 20 years ago.
But saying all that to say, I was like, hey, you know, like that's what me and Jeremy met each other at. Me and Rail met each other at.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh damn, yeah, that is right. That is real. Like I literally had this conversation like Tuesday or Thursday. Wednesday or Thursday, something like that. And I'm gonna throw right back to you, but shout out Mom Dick. She did hit it on there. That was the other thing that I want to talk about. Is she said YouTube University, but I think that if you understand what you're looking to do, you can actually get it all for free online.
That is true.
If you know how to, like, if you just understand what you're looking for, and typically, if you spend enough time on the search engines, whether it's YouTube or Google, you'll start finding out the things. Like to be honest, like my job that I have now is a result of YouTube University, and me just learning the things that I needed to search, and then taking time to watch these niggas do it, and then like implementing it, and then doing it repetitiously.
That's a big key though, knowing what to search. Like knowing how to break down the learning process. Of like,
I'll give you all the reason why this actually hits
you pay
home
for it
to
to
me.
Be easy.
This actually hits home to me. This week I actually had a guy doing what I already do, driving a truck, concrete truck specifically. I had a guy.
He black or Hispanic?
He black.
Okay.
He black for us.
And
black job.
He actually. And usually I don't do a lot of talking. I'll be sitting watching podcasts or listening to podcasts all day. Something made me just ask him, like, you know, how do you generally find the jobs that you're doing? Like, how do you generally find them?
Okay.
And so just that simple question right there, and he has a wealth of information. He made his first million getting into. He made his first million in 2 years. It's something that was game that was given to him, and he said that he was going to pay the guy, but the guy told him, no, don't pay me. Just make sure that you put somebody else on the information. He was like, but you're the first guy that came to actually ask. Mm-hmm. And so he's literally like giving me his card, like he's gonna give me this information, and that just planted a seed in my life just off of the strength that I was a nigga that pulled up that day.
No, I feel it.
And so like to me, I'm like, damn, if I had the ability to do that, which I do got some information from working in the working at the bank, you know what I mean, working in banking and all that. I got some information that I can, and I willingly give this shit. And I don't really, you know what I mean?
A lot of people ain't honest, though, gatekeeping information that much. If people actually come looking for it.
But let me ask you this: are you gatekeeping? Like, let me see how I can frame it. So I'm gonna walk where you was at, and then I'm gonna go see what you were saying. Mm-hmm. So like, I'm very similar in the sense that, like, for me, an easy way just to make extra money on the side is just like basketball trading. Mm-hmm. Like, it's been so many parents that have came up to me. There's been so many people that be like, why you don't just grab your little group, just train. For me, I personally, I would just rather just like work with kids, and that just be a thing. Like, could I make money out of it? Like, it's kids that hit my line almost like every other day, and just like, hey, coach, what you think about this? Coach, what you think about this? What if I did this? Oh shit, I work. Like, I get those conversations all the time, and like from the workouts, like I just be like, hey, pull up, me and Q here at this time, pull up, and we'll just work. And I talk to you, we'll do that, and I could easily like make money off of this like this, like this. But I know I make the personal choice. Like, bro, it's each one teach one. Like, for me, like, I am okay. Same difference when I was like running the studio out the crib. I would reluctantly charge niggas. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, shout out Callis. Callis the homie.
Callis, yeah. I ran into Callis at Norfolk.
Like Callis, best rapper in Charlotte.
Right. Callis would he'd be like, shit. Like, I could tell like I was doing a little bit better than he was at the moment. Right. That's not saying nothing to say nothing. But to me, I'm like, could I charge you for every penny on the dollar, every mix, sure. But am I gonna do that? No, like if you got something you want to give, cool. But the reality is that like I'm doing this shit off the strength, off the love, because I fuck with you, and it's an each one teach one. Same difference, like later on, like when it came to graphics and them, they hit me up, they be like, I'll tell you this. And you know what I mean? If I ain't need no money at the time, I'm like, it's all right, bro. Like, and it got to a point, like, even with people asking for my services, if I have time, I'm gonna do it free. If I don't have time, then I just don't have time. But if I think that you're not like if you could benefit more than I can from this money, I personally don't typically charge anybody for anything. To me, the only thing that's valuable for me is my time. If it takes too much time, then I'm just gonna kind of not do it, and I don't necessarily care to do it. But outside of that, like everything that I do that's not dealing with my job, like I don't really like be trying to charge niggas for shit that I could easily make money for.
But I guarantee you, it's like off the strength where you probably not gonna charge some little asshole, or you probably not gonna just do it for free off like some dude that you don't really like, or that like ain't no. It's still like a community thing, and you still like as the person that even asking for the service, you have to ask in a way that makes them want to do it for you. Can't you be like, why you ain't training me?
Johnny, it sound like you try to find every reason not to goddamn let a nigga get some information, bro.
I give information. I give the information to motherfuckers I fuck with.
Johnny, just you a free market capitalist.
That nigga say, if he asked me the wrong way, what are we talking about? What about your tone?
Nah, but even what she was saying though, like I can show you how to make money in the stock market. Like them type people, like, bro, if you go show me, like, yeah, for $500 a month, I'll show you how to make money in the stock market. That's what people be doing, bro.
Yeah,
like,
no, facts. They was killing niggas during COVID. Killing niggas. Yeah, we go what was it, the day trade? The get rich quick scheming the shit out of everybody.
I was in the wealth squad. That shit went from 25 to 50 to 75 to 100. That shit probably 200 a month. Like I didn't tap out. I was like, you know what? I done learned enough.
Hey, bro, before I'm about to concede my time. Did y'all know that Home Depot interest rate right now is 29.99 fucking %?
Well, for the Home Depot credit card?
The credit card.
Wait a minute, for everybody?
Yes, it's just
No.
they sent the letter and said that you could opt out if you want to. We're just gonna close the account. But we're raising the interest rate up to 29 for 30%.
Even if you got good credit.
Yeah, it's just
that's subprime. You better like, God, dog, boy. Like I feel like y'all talk shit about me as a car salesman. I've told the last time I had an interest rate that high, I
30%.
I slid the paper over to the big lady and I was like,
nah, I wouldn't do this, big dog.
I was like, hey, even I told her, hey, might not want to sign up for this shit. Like, I'll take the deal. I'll take the deal, but God dog, so you gonna be paying for this car for 12 years.
Hey, you can see the video or the pictures of the people at the car lot, 82 months, $700 and something for the damn
03 BMW.
Exactly.
All right, who's next?
Shit overheating.
I think that's me. Hit the refresh if you can, mama. So I feel like this has been like I feel like I've referenced basketball a bunch this episode. So I feel like it's only correct to hit this. To me, this is the roller coaster of like whether you're coaching, playing, a parent, a kid, and understanding the whole like it's such a roller coaster. If you can play the top right to where like so many lessons are learned and taught through this. You got to hit the music. Oh, well, then mute it if you want to. It's like an instrumental, but the music.
I guess they just hit the game winning shot.
Yeah. Just keep that going. Music is ads.
Love yours.
Oh, it do got the words.
The dude getting up off the ground.
That's his cousin,
him going to whoever. You see it on the other side.
No such thing.
Coach wiping the
no
tear
such
away.
thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. Love yours. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing. No such thing. Heart beating fast.
That was not the instrumental.
Oh yeah, it wasn't instrumental. That was the whole song. I forget that it started like that. But yeah, not like if you've been a part of it, like such that like this roller coaster is a bit of what I'm saying. Like right there, he jumped about like 7 feet in the air just off of elation, and like him running, like trying to find the best person. I've seen this almost same thing with like a father and son. The father's like on the sideline. The son just won. Shout out Deontay Neal. Take your ass to UNC, dog. We need you at UNC. But
go to Duke.
Nah, we ain't worried about that. He got to offer football and basketball for UNC. We need him over there.
He gonna play for Belichick.
But he actually got a clip. They was at the game. Belichick gave him the homie hug for sure.
Oh shit.
He gave him the homie hug. I ain't gonna lie to you. But no, like this roller coaster right here. And this is where, like I often say, I think as much as this should be teaching kids, this teaches coaches and parents too, right? Like this right here, the high and the low, I can almost guarantee you, like this was a pressure situation. This is like a state title type of scenario. And they won the game at the last second.
Yeah, that was a buzzer beater.
And the high and low for the kids and everything you're digesting, right? And what he did, and obviously they got a relationship right there. They probably play AAU or that's cousin or whoever. Where at my highest moment is your lowest moment. And it's something that you're gonna remember forever, and I'm gonna remember forever. But then imagine being in this same scenario, and you're the coach on that losing team. You got to give a speech right after that. You got to process that shit so quick, so fast. It gives something of value to these kids that is heavy, the head that they're holding. And then as a parent, like that ride home with you consoling both ways. And like, again, like I said, I'm all for like inside like these controllable moments. Again, like the microcosm of this is that like, all right, here's basketball. One states. It ain't that important. But the emotions in here, like you can duplicate that to a bunch of different things that will happen in your life, and learning how to actually address and deal with in real time.
No, I think
long as it translates, long as it translates, I think that it's a wonderful thing.
Well, no, I think like especially stuff like this because I've been on in my little brief sports 30. I've been on both sides of winning close games and losing close games. But like that right there is like the number 3. He's that shows leaders
he's a leader.
That's humility because
he's a leader
to stop in the middle of your, like you said, hit your highest point and to be there for somebody looks like a friend, brother, like whatever it is, but to not because everybody wasn't doing that. That's something special in that kid, and that's a lesson that you learn, and he probably learned it from being in that situation.
Yep.
You don't get that kind of humility if you won all your game going undefeated. You know, you
the thing is most niggas, like, if you don't deal in sport, I was actually thinking about this the other day. Like the lessons that I have learned as a parent dealing with my son and what he does, and even like the basketball community, and the conversations that we just be having as dads in the community that builds, and like how, like, bro, when I look at like, and shout out to all the regular kids. Ain't nothing wrong with being a regular kid, regular parent, regular dad. I don't know where a lot of these like moments happen to where you're prepared for them in like regular life, where like it's a lot. Like I said, for like parents, you gotta learn, like, and you see the crash out happen over and over, and then like eventually, like parents even learn. And shit, you see them parents fighting the stands, and they'll fight the ref, and they'll fight whatever. But eventually, like you see the evolution of it. But like I said, it's such a very unique space in which I think most people don't have times in which their poise is actually challenged enough. And that's like as parents, for sure. Coaches, kids as well. But like parents, we don't really have a lot of times in which our poise is challenged. And I think that this is its own interesting space as well.
All right.
If you can go to my dog right here, tell me what y'all would do. Top left.
I am the captain now.
Oh, you want to read that?
I don't even know what the acronym means. I'm going to rob the store.
Shut your bitch ass up.
Yeah, it's something like that. And something.
Somebody else. Shut your bitch ass up. Don't be a hero.
But no, all right, then like now that you know what it says, now look, you can turn the volume off, but just look at him and it's a reaction. Imagine he just walked up to you, and you know that.
He looked right at the camera.
He like, hey. I think he started thinking about it. Like, how would y'all react in this scenario?
Oh, I'll probably call the police on that guy.
Oh, so all right.
They're like, I'm not about to waste time. Like, I might be out.
I'm leaving.
I'm leaving too.
Y'all calling the police?
No, I wish I would. I wish that I would be I wish the right thing to do is call the police. But I'm just gonna. Hey,
you can leave and call the police.
No, hold on. It's
not my money. It's not the people that's in their money. Every time Sam Lamb got plenty bread.
If he give me a sign, he's telling me to shut the fuck up. And like I'm like somebody else can call the police. Why I gotta call him? He threatened me.
Hey, that's like, what they say the problem is. They say everybody thinks that.
He threatened me. He didn't get a sign to everybody. Why do I have to like get somebody away, get the sign? Like,
you fear for your life at this point.
Like he obviously he knows I know. Why I'm a snitch? I'm out. I'm leaving. I'm just walking out, putting it in my pocket. I'm walking out.
Sit your bitch ass up and then I'm
shut up.
Johnny say heard.
Nah, bro. He need to get arrested. People be playing stupid games. You pranking and stuff. I'm like, and the dude probably know he pranking. You've seen the camera.
Look at his face though. His face was still.
Yeah.
You seen he looked up at the camera like
that nigga probably just stared at the space.
Yeah, I don't think he saw it exactly. I thought he was just looking over there.
Yeah, because unless he has like an acting degree.
Yeah,
because he acted the rest of that bitch out.
You gotta
all
see
the way. But like saying, camera aside, if somebody just came up to you and did that, Tone, you telling him, right?
Bruh, I'm out of there for sure.
You going to the front desk before you leave though?
Why am I going to the front? I got a cell phone, bro. I can leave. Well, I'm not standing there like he done gave me the note. I'm gonna leave. Hey, this white dude just said he's about to come in here and rob. It's a white guy with dark brown hair.
A quandary. I ain't gonna lie. I had to really just be in the moment.
I'm not doing it
because I was just looking like he did. It's like, damn, like,
I'm not going.
So many things could happen right now.
I'd write him
but
another
what should
note.
I choose? But I know I'm not involved.
Be like,
that nigga look like he worked construction or he putting out cones on the side of the street. But like he this shit ain't worth my time.
I'd flip it.
Nah, I'll be thinking about somebody getting hurt, and if somebody get hurt, I'm not gonna wear it.
That's the other side of it. That's why
that's my whole thing.
That's why he did this.
And then turn to the side a little bit. Yeah, he's thinking about trying to figure out which way he's gonna go.
Nah, I tell that man, I need 10%, and I'd hand it back to him.
You gonna run in with him with the gun?
No, I'm just not snitching.
Now your ass just gonna sit there and watch him do it. Then
I didn't do it.
Get 10% and get caught where he.
I ain't do it.
You part of it.
I don't know why this man gave me this money.
He gonna be like, yeah, I told that guy, the one at the front store, Johnny, that was what was on his tag. right. I told him I was gonna rob the store. He asked me for 10%.
I thought it was stopping.
Hey, shout out Vince. We gonna get to that one. Maybe we gonna try and get a couple famous people on here soon. Shout out to De Niro for
shout out De Niro.
He did react to our last meme, and yeah. We'll
like
see.
you said, got one of the best shows.
All right, so
I've ever seen.
Hey, if you want to introduce yourself to De Niro, go and look at De Niro Ferrar Duality. It's my favorite song. It's got a music video on YouTube. That joint
and
is
the album.
cold.
What was the name of that album? Mind of a Gemini. Yeah. Tough ass.
We still got questions, so let's keep it rolling.
Okay, yeah. All right. We can go economics or it wouldn't be controversy, but yeah, we could say controversy. Which one do y'all want to go to?
Controversy. Because I see which one I think is controversy.
Okay, let's do that.
All right, go. It's on the screen right now, bottom right.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Tell me y'all take on this.
Oh hell.
Are there only two genders? Yes or no?
No.
How many genders are there?
Depends on who you ask.
I'm asking you.
Oh, wait, Johnny,
it's a social construct. I only believe in. It's not even what
so it's a
I
social construct.
in.
Gender is a social construct, correct? It
Yeah.
is something that has been socially constructed by us.
Yeah.
And gender
Yeah.
would be whether you are a man, at least in typical Western society, it would be whether you're a man or a woman. So man and women as gender categories would be social constructs, things that were socially constructed through human society.
But not male and female.
Not talking about male and female.
Man
so
and woman.
Gender,
Sure, yeah.
man and women are social constructions. Why can trans men and women, so trans men and trans women, not fit into categories that have been socially constructed?
In those are real cases, yeah.
So then we both agree that trans men and trans women would be men and women and fit into the social constructions we've created about men and women, even when we are not talking here about male and we're not talking about female. We're strictly talking about man and women, two socially constructed categories.
Okay. Yeah, I totally see where you're coming from. But where I think it matters most is not necessarily how we define it, because people might define these social constructs differently. And I'm having this conversation with you, but someone else will hop on and say, no, there's only two genders, and they're even stricter. They're less.
And I'll walk them down the same pathway that we walked to come to the agreement that trans men and women are men and women. Now we can move on if you want to talk about the next part of it. But we have agreed that per our social understanding, trans men and women are in fact men and women.
I mean, go ahead.
That's fine. Yeah, because they identify as men or women. I agree with that fully.
Great. Let's go kindergarten level on this. Are there only...
Okay. Fellas.
That wasn't where I thought it was about to go.
I definitely didn't think that's where it was going.
Where do you break down his logic in there?
No, if I'm being honest, I didn't even really follow him the whole way through.
Yeah, it seemed like he was speaking real fast.
It kind of got like boring. Like I'm not bad. I got a little bit of 80.
I'll walk with y'all for a quick second.
All right.
So there's gender and then sex.
Right.
Male and female, they say that's biological. Do y'all agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then they say male and female is a social construct. Do y'all agree with
Man and woman is a social construct, is what he was
that? Oh
saying.
yeah, my bad.
My
bad. I said male and female again. A man and woman is a social construct. Do y'all agree or disagree?
Disagree.
I disagree.
Okay, all right, then we can't have a conversation.
Yeah, because I was about
typically, so y'all think that gender and sex, like they're both just why is there a difference between gender and sex?
a man is an adult male, a woman is an adult female. It's
I think it's like they try to make it even harder to try to. It's
all right. So
simple.
typically, most people say that gender is a social construct. Right now, I guess like y'all are saying.
But what is the reason that people want to say that? Why do they want to say that gender is a social construct?
Even like it is, and like because think about like based on reality, we don't like. There's men and women. Like there's male and female. Like there. What's the third construct?
No, what I'm saying is it's when I say social construct, I thought you were talking about the fact that we just created the idea ourselves, and it's not really.
Yeah, I think.
See, you're saying the same thing that I'm saying. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. You're saying the same thing I'm saying.
You're just yelling at me. Calm down, buddy.
Nigga, you was just yelling. That's why I turned up.
So Johnny, I guess let's see if y'all are saying the same thing. So there's sex and gender. One is looked at as biological. One is looked at as
social construct.
Yeah. Do you agree with that or disagree?
One is biological. I think that's male and female.
Okay.
Men and women is the social construct. But as a society, those are the only two that we've constructed. Like there's no third gender. Like they try to blend it and stuff, but there's literally two. We know what a man does. We know what a woman does. Like where would the third one fit in that equation?
What's the third one?
There's not one.
Right. Well, I don't know where that would land at.
I was about to say because you pretty much
you said the same. You.
Well, no, he's saying something isolated. Like because nobody made an argument for third, or is just that what you put trans as?
Well, I mean, he just said if there's we already counted two, and if you're saying that it's
that's the point that he was making. Also,
yeah, I agree.
Okay, yeah. I think y'all are saying different things then. If he agrees with him, it sounds like y'all disagree with him.
So you saying that trans men and trans women are men and are the opposite of their birth,
or that it's a social construct? So
they're one of the other. Like I feel like they're one of the other. They fall within.
And if it's a social construct, not a.
There's no third gender. Or you hear some people where they had like 64 genders and stuff. There's no social construct for any of those genders. It's just a man or a woman. Now whether we agree,
I mean, I guess that's what the LGBTQ shit is. Like,
but no,
again, like this is where
because they say trans men and trans women, they're still going from one side to the other.
It's still binary.
Yeah.
It's still a binary.
Yeah. So it's no third construct that we have to fit into. It's either you're
y'all want to look at this shit in all kind of other ways. Okay, I got you.
I'm about to say,
crazy.
Stay pretty simple.
Yeah, went crazy. We call those Sierras. Nah, that's a joke.
Hey, that was the wildest conspiracy theory.
No, it was. That was
the wildest.
Y'all still don't know if she was. We never know, bro.
Man, she ain't none.
That means she can't have no baby.
Hey, Future hit that.
She didn't have babies.
Future ain't going.
No, I'm saying just because you're a hermaphrodite don't mean you can't have a baby.
Okay, I don't think
I'm not going into that.
But no, I thought
that's the only real Vim's, bro.
Like I'm not on like the trans train or anything like that. But I thought that was an interesting breakdown that I wasn't really able to break the logic in personally. Like if it is a social construct, then like being trans, whatever, like if it's socially and not biologically, then that means there's room for it to be manipulated because it deals with what the society at the moment means and looks at it as, because that's what social construct would be,
right?
In comparison to like something being biological.
But even socially, most cultures that I know or societies that I know only construct. There's only two roles. You have the male role and you have the female, even in traditional and modern relationships.
Yeah, but I guess like that, but that's not like addressing at all what they're saying. Like they're just saying that they have two, not if one could be the other or anything like that.
They were both trying to prove how smart they were, and Buddy got caught in a box.
Well,
see, that's a problem. Stop trying to goddamn sit here and this is social, bro.
He might be boxless though.
No, he
but
nonetheless, like
it's
a
social construct. Like I'm really trying to like.
But gender, like this is what is said to be of what gender is.
But it's the same thing.
So
it's
like society.
So let me understand
what
it.
a
So
man and woman is.
water is a social construct, but H2O.
No.
I'm trying to understand, bro. H2O is the real thing, but water is the social construct.
Right, because we call it that.
We could call it Dasani.
Call it something else.
We could just call it Dasani.
That's a straw man. It is only because of like if I guess I'm trying to think of like a 1-to-1 comparison because it just wouldn't be a 1-to-1 comparison because of H2O describes biologically what water is. So like it's like saying,
but who made up the term water?
Like a male has a penis. That's what that would mean.
Hey yo,
what was
because like H2O describes what water is. Mm-hmm. So a male has a penis. That's all biological. That's all like you can like physically track all those things.
And a man has a penis.
But based on the social construct,
you don't necessarily about trying to be overly smart. It's not necessary.
Like this is like super simple right now.
But it was the way that this was the way.
I'll let you finish it. I didn't even go.
I don't really care that, but
I'll let you.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Johnny.
No, I said I'm letting you finish.
Oh no, like all I was saying is that the like saying H2O and water is just maybe there's a better example to make. Like again, like I'm not like a gender study nigga or anything like that.
Hey,
I thought that was like
a genderologist.
That was a good, interesting point. And if there's like rebuttals to it, I'd be interested to hear. But like H2O and water would just be naming what exists. Which would be like the actual biological statement of what it is. Where like a person with a penis or a person with a vagina. That's male or female. That's the biological part.
So what is a man and what is a woman?
That's the part that says the social thing.
But what is it though? Like if you had to give a definition of a man, what would you tell me? Or if you had to give me a definition of a woman, what would you tell me?
I'd probably go down something that would describe sex. But my thing is that like I'm not researched in it enough to know if like what's the difference between the word sex and gender. But because I haven't cared about it at all.
That's what I meant.
But I think gender.
But my thing is like, both of these words exist for a reason. I've heard a bunch of niggas say this thing a lot. And so like
just a lot of different ways
the crazy
to say
part
the
about
same
it is
thing.
my whole life, sex and gender meant the same thing up until
that's what
I'm like my whole life. Even I remember when I first.
But the question would be like,
hold on,
I literally remember.
But y'all act like y'all don't know the difference between gender roles and sex, and like male and female. Like the social construct is the quote unquote gender roles. Now you don't have to be a biological. I don't agree, but like if you're a trans woman, you're going from man to assume the gender role of a woman. It's still one of two gender roles.
I understand what you're saying, Johnny, but we were talking about something different than that. I understand. What you're saying.
Gender is this is the first answer that came up. A social construct that refers to the characteristics of a person, including their identity, expression, and behavior.
But we don't want to define in 2025 with AI, fucking Google AI.
That's gonna be the third gender robot.
Nobody wants to hear what 2020. No, let's go back and pull out a Webster's dictionary, hard copy.
And somebody about to invent a new private part. So have a new part.
Let's go and get a Webster's dictionary hard copy and open that motherfucker up and see what the definition is. We don't want.
I guarantee there'll be a different definition for gender and sex, though, because those are two different words.
Man, I want to know because you.
They're two different words.
But I understand, but just because
if y'all would like for us to go down,
I don't understand. Your gender is
identity
directly related to your sex organs. I don't understand. Your gender is directly related to your sexual organs.
Then why would it be like? Why would it be different words though,
bro? If y'all can,
what do you mean? There's all right. Fuck.
Go ahead, keep going.
No, fuck it. I don't.
Gender has nothing to do with your sex.
All right, bro.
It doesn't. And I don't even like agree with the shit, but like I can understand a logical like line of thinking.
So.
We're gonna move forward, bro.
You said all right, this is what Merriam-Webster said. A subclass within a grammatical class, such as a noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, of a language that is partially arbitrary but also partially based on distinguishable characteristics such as shape, social rank, manner of existence, or sex. That determines agreements with the selection of words in other grammatical forms. Them niggas went word
I don't
salad.
know what the fuck
Okay,
they-
so just making this simple for me. Do you like women?
What does that mean?
Like, I'm just asking. Answer the question. Like y'all like women, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that has anything.
I like
And so-
biological women.
I'm about to,
Yeah.
that's what I'm about to say. If a trans, but you
Got
still caught yourself up in the same thing, because if you're saying, oh, wait a minute, no, if a female is not the same as a woman, like it's still a conundrum.
I like
You
females.
catch yourself
Yeah,
up.
I
like females.
like because what y'all was just
Them
justifying was
black
that a
females
trans
is
woman is a
bad.
woman, so that means a trans woman is the same as a
I
biological.
don't
woman.
think
So you
like
gotta
the
watch
same.
what kind of women you like.
Well, what
No,
you
no,
saying?
no, no,
I
no.
like females. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
I like
So-
biological females.
You don't like all women.
I like women that are
Tony.
biological females. that's what
I agree. So, but yeah, I don't look at trans women as biological women at all.
And that's
So
what
like those are different things as well. Like they got a suffix. No, that's a prefix. That's a prefix, and like whatever y'all want to,
Okay,
whatever
so-
y'all want to battle out about that, I don't necessarily
just to clarify
care.
here.
But
Man
like,
and woman is a social construct, but female and male is a biological construct. But I'm confusing myself because this is
No, you just said
confusion
it
of the
like
devil.
right there.
This is Satan. This Satan, bro.
You said it like completely clear in like
No, because I got confused at the part I'm trying to.
Which part? You just said you just named.
Okay,
what they
so
both was.
so if you say like, you can't. I'm lost here, bro. This is what gets me every time, because it's like I can't even fathom it in my head to try to think about how
like,
to explain
again,
it.
I'm not a person that like I haven't really dove into like have a hard take about any of it. But if they're pause. But if they're using like prefixes and suffixes, then it's like I don't care, bro. This shit don't matter.
So in other words, we
Yeah,
need
we
to
get the
start
surgery,
saying that
believe
we
it.
like females. Don't say you like woman, because if you
Exactly.
like woman, that could indicate that you like trans women.
Yep.
Because trans women are women. No.
Hey, just because you create the game don't mean I gotta play it, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
bro.
just not playing, bro.
Shout out to Candace Owens.
Hey,
That's
I'm just saying though. I'm just saying. Hey, but like,
Oh, does she say that?
Yeah,
I felt like I was pulling it up. Yeah, I thought I.
But I'm
came up
saying,
with
but
some
like in today's world, you do like the biological thing matter, because there are people that are dressed up as women. They like you can't like, who's the dude? Aaron the plumber, the dude that got beat up. He didn't know that was a man. He didn't know, because it's like socially construct. Like, so you do have to be specific and be like, hey, yo, I like biological women, just in case.
No, biological females. You got to clarify
Biological
that.
That was a good one to pull out. I forgot about that shit. That shit was
And they don't like being called
thing.
females no more. So
So you do got to make the distinction, because there are women that are out here that.
Oh no! Listen, there is a war of the genders and sexes. Again, this is not for me to denote like a specific size. I just thought that was very interesting take. That was a very interesting take, and it put a little bit more in perspective, like the whole little balance between the two.
I was thinking about here. So a woman can have a penis, but a female can't.
A female can't.
Yeah. And again, like to me, like if I
The
go away
female
from
can't. We ain't make the rules.
Like I enjoy a good like Dave Chappelle comedy special too. And like to me, all of it is kind of like funny enough to where I've not cared to dive into any of it enough, because it doesn't impact my life at all.
It doesn't apply to me at all.
Yeah, right. It doesn't apply to me.
Yeah.
So when they get into the cis and they get into like I forget like all these different little terms and words and shit like that. It's his own different little thing over there, like way over there.
You should just let it not apply. You brought it on the show.
Yeah, right.
Like now we got to talk about it.
Oh no, listen, but I think that it is an interesting conversation, nonetheless.
I guess it was a fair conversation. I mean, I get where he was trying to go, but that just sounded like somebody who was talking real fast to try to come off like he was smart.
But he
and
didn't talk fast. He just like laid it out like a
Yeah, and see the thing when you fuck up is if like the whole idea. Well, never mind. We ain't going back into that shit.
Y'all gotta be flexible with definitions.
No, I don't. I don't have to be flexible.
Definitely don't.
Then you also have to hold that across the board.
Yep.
You can be changing definitions all the time.
But as it relates to this, I don't have to fucking. No, I don't.
I ain't never changed the definition of a man and a woman.
Stay where I was at, bro.
Okay, so you like
women. I know the words. Like I've never cared to think about it, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because it's a play on words.
But what we got? Yeah. We got 30 minutes. 30.
Right.
Well, can I get some memes in? Jeez.
No, nigga.
I don't think so. We only got 30 minutes. I ain't getting none last
We
week.
jumped in last week. Give us a good one.
That's what. Hey, see, this is the thing.
Now
give us a good one.
Now
I won.
And you fucked up.
But you went. Why the fuck you go last? Imagine winning and going last.
I messed myself up last week doing that. I was like, I should have went first.
Like a nigga went and put himself in last place.
Let me just get Gil at the top. This is good. This was fun.
Right here. This was a good one. Shout out Josiah. Josiah's hilarious.
Talking about right here?
Go to the next one.
Beside him. Yeah.
99.
Did you just see him out there?
He's a baiter, right? Because he shoots so well, what are you going to do on him? You're going to be challenging all of his shots because you don't want him to get the ball off. So he's going to bait you, do all that whole to get the.
So he's a baiter. Is he a novice baiter or is he a master baiter?
He's a master baiter.
Yo, that was crazy. Yo, only that was
you got
Hey, yo.
I didn't even know what bruh's name was. What's his name?
That's Josiah. He's actually hilarious. I love him.
He didn't realize what he said.
Sharp McCants.
McCants get on my nerves, bro.
That was perfect. That was a perfect setup.
I agree with McCants like 75% of the time.
And then let me just get the bottom right, and then we ain't got to talk about the one under it, the one no scroll. Yeah, right there.
Oh, it's a
basketball like a mother.
Bro, I seen this shit this morning. My first thought was if this video gets in the wrong hands, they gonna fuck around and bring Jim Crow laws back. God damn. All right, hold on. We about to run it back because I got like a million questions. First and foremost, who the hell sanctioned this event? Secondly, I know those is yarmulkes, but how the hell they keep them on their head? Y'all seen that Disney movie with the Maccabees? In the movie, they won, but unfortunately, this real life. This the moment that bro decided he was gonna be a lacrosse player. Little Connor's not even close. I know his parents pissed, sent him to a Jewish school just to be baptized. The dunk was clean, but the real dog here is that yarmulke. Bro just got banged on and that shit ain't even moved. Hey, number two, you ain't have to stare him down. You did enough. Bro, I seen this shit this morning. My first thought was
hey, but not for real.
What's the for real part?
How did they stay on? Like, bro got yammed like it didn't move, bro. How did it stay on?
I ain't gonna lie. My nigga Kanye say my new sound is anti-Semitic. Hold on, nigga just said like Kanye been wilding, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like he say here you go, perfect. This next album got that anti-Semitic sound. My new sound.
Oh, wow.
He said my new sound's called anti-Semitic. Let me send this in the tone.
He don't care.
Nah, he is going to double down. Some I ain't said but yeah. I ain't got no commentary.
I mean, he just said so. He just said it before though. How can he be an anti-Semite if he's Semitic?
Oh
like,
nah. Hey, somebody
that's a sound.
It's funny to me.
Hey, hold on. I got one. Somebody said that game was the Hebrew Israelites versus the Israelites.
I sent the meme, man. That's a good one. This Ye wild boy. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oh man.
He's like, this new album, this next album
got that anti-Semitic sound. Which hey, if y'all was to shout out Sacrifice Game, and that's the homie. He was here last week.
Oh yeah, shout out Kim.
That's the gang. But if y'all was to say like, what do y'all think anti-Semitic sound would sound like? Like he described it as that. If y'all was to give one, what do you think?
See, no, let me stop.
Come on.
Black music.
Go ahead.
No,
they love that. That
sound like rap.
I think anti-Semitic music, that anti-Semitic sound probably is like.
Hey, if you hear what I'm saying, you hear what I'm
I
saying.
Think this
I hear what you said.
It probably be in German.
No, they own black music. You can't say black music.
It probably be.
That's the Semitic sound.
It would probably be in German if I had to.
That's a Sprachen Wagen.
Hey, we didn't do that. We FBA, my black ass was over here. They get mad at them.
No, hip hop is Semitic music for them boys. They own it. Profit from it, love it, promote the killing of these black bodies. That's Semitic music.
You ever seen they be partying to the music? You seen the bar mitzvahs and stuff? They be getting down.
But we got 20 minutes. What topic we gonna do?
Real quick, I just wanted to highlight something because I was kind of hot about a meme last week. Y'all be setting me up on this show sometimes.
Oh yeah, this is a good one too.
Be supporting artists, and then
being a straight man is the biggest red flag when dating.
Oh Lord, she did. I already didn't pay her no attention anyway. Now she does.
Let me play the video.
This is a huge red flag for me. All right. Oh, you know what's so crazy? I was gonna say men. I like to say no, like I mean the straight one. You're a man. Yeah. You're heterosexual.
What is y'all issue with dudes liking women, bro? I could get on here and say I don't mess with shawties who play with baking soda, who play with flour. Then I was about to leave it at preference, but then I seen some of y'all shawties agreeing in the comments. When did it become a problem to date women? There's no problem with liking women, bro. If I strictly want to date women, that's me.
Yeah.
But here's my thing. Are we really mad at that? Like, are we mad at that? Like, it wasn't a joke. Like, she wasn't on the podcast and they was laughing. Like she didn't like dog it. It was a joke. Like, are black men?
I would have to see. I would have to see the entire thing.
It was Hot Ones, bro.
Oh, I don't know.
They were doing the chicken wing challenge and shit where they were supposed to guess what the other one's going. It was a game show.
Okay, I can't.
And so like I know black man. Us as black.
So hold on, you said that they were acting like they were hot on Hot Wings, so it wasn't a real podcast.
Well, no, it was the show Hot Ones. You know what they?
I know what Hot Ones is.
Yeah,
but there wasn't no Hot Ones though.
It was a version of it because they had the dab sauce and they was like. It was a game show they were playing where they had to guess what the other one was gonna say, and if they didn't, you'd have to eat one of the hot wings. And they had the challenge.
Okay.
The
You
wings
seen
got
this
hotter.
thing.
I saw like I didn't watch the whole thing, but I watched that part and I slid through and I saw like the different. Because I know us as black men aren't that butthurt over somebody making a joke.
Well, I mean, I didn't fuck with her anyway.
Yeah, so it wasn't black man. She ain't even offended. She said straight men.
Did she say straight black men or just
she
straight?
She said straight man. A straight man.
Oh, okay. And she was guessing what the other person was going to say.
Yeah, or the other person was supposed to guess what she had to say.
No, hold on. So hold on. So you saying that makes but her answer, but the thing that she was saying was still real. If the other girl's just guessing what she's about to say, that's still her opinion. But is it not?
She was joking. It wasn't a serious podcast. So she was coming on there like a joke. She wasn't like doing a dissertation.
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know.
So
how did you get all of that out? So you've seen more than that of this, is what you're saying.
So what I have seen of Dosey, like she exists within like the spectrum of LGBT. Like she spoke about it, XYZ. And
being a straight man is the biggest red flag when dating. Is what Toshi says, however you say her name.
But no, all right. So like me personally,
mad at her.
Yeah, me personally, I don't know what somebody's sexuality has to do with. You know what's so crazy? I was gonna say Frank Ocean also made fire music. Like,
it was talking about who y'all be having me support. I said y'all be having me putting me on people to support. Then I don't need to support. I'm not supporting that.
Well, I don't tell nobody like to go support somebody.
I could get on here and say
I told her she was dope and all.
She is.
Yeah, like
the rapping still fire.
That ain't telling you that like you got to go buy her music or support her in any kind.
And her bars didn't get any less because she said that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like to me, like if somebody makes good music, it's just good music. If she raps, that's good raps or not good raps, or
I would never know.
Man, yeah,
would never know.
Hey, I'm just so. In other words, we should keep promoting propaganda, like long as it's tasteful.
What's the propaganda?
Long as it has talent.
Yeah, if it got talent, it's
Holy
okay.
Niggas want to be entertained.
But help me understand, what is the actual propaganda in her music that you've heard?
I'm talking about the platform.
What
propaganda did she say there? She said
it's not just about the music.
Y'all just saying shit then.
Y'all just mad.
Because the real propaganda be what all the straight males are doing in music. All the straight females are doing music.
I agree.
That'll be way more propaganda than
I'm not saying that don't need to be canceled too.
She's not even talking about any of that shit.
I agree.
Like if I had to deal with like murder music or somebody that's just talking about like random raps and shit like that, but they're gay. Like, what the fuck is the comparison?
I'm wholeheartedly against the straight man bashing. We got enough of it out here. That's all.
That's exactly what I'm saying though.
It wasn't necessary.
Like you think we're bad here as a straight man?
Bro, it's literally like you've never. So now, all right, fuck it. I don't even care to even make the point.
I actually wanted to get
I didn't even understand gender and sex.
I am not
okay. Didn't even understand it. It's stupid. What the fuck?
Right. Again, like this, you know, you can continue making my point. My thing is that like I don't care about none of it. So none of it has anything or any bearing on what I feel.
You don't care about you have an opinion on it.
Oh no, I can have an opinion, but it doesn't matter in what I consume it on. Like if it's not in it, like I can listen to Frank Ocean and be like, Pyramids is a fucking classic.
Swim Good, one of my favorite songs.
All the same after you know what the Pyramid Club was. It was like
the
again, I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, so you didn't know what Pyramids was about? Pyramid was referring to a gay club. Like
I know that the song the song Pyramids has nothing to do with gay men. And again, he does say she, and he talks about Cleopatra. But
he talk about the socially constructed women. That's what he was talking about. That's bro.
But, again, like if you want to dive that deep into it, sure. But again, this is where I say like none of that shit matters to me. And the beauty of art is that it's up for interpretation. And so like if we're not talking about murder music and we're just talking about somebody making a song called Pyramids that has nothing to do with anything. Like niggas called Michael Jackson gay, niggas called Prince gay.
I mean, Michael.
But
if you knew how, if you really knew behind that Pyramid song while you promoting that, I'm like, I tell you,
promoting or am I just enjoying?
Well, embracing it. All I'm saying is, it does make a difference if you know that the people in the video for that song was all trannies.
What they got to do with your ears and you listening to it?
Once you know that's what the song about, it do make a difference. Like if I know an artist is promoting this thing, it's the same way. I can't listen.
Oh no, that's not even bad.
Bro, I can't listen to certain songs. I can't listen to certain songs from R. Kelly now because I can't listen to certain songs from R. Kelly even because there's the idea of like it's like, oh, this has been ruined for me because he has this whole stigma behind him that actually was true.
Listen to Kales too,
but it's certain songs. If you listen to the song, it'd be like
it's a big argument for niggas to listen to Kales.
It seems like you ready.
They listening to it, but niggas, y'all better not get quiet right now. Both y'all niggas listen to R. Kelly.
I'm saying,
you don't listen to like all R. Kelly.
I just said I listen to R. Kelly.
I don't know. I don't listen to all.
You said you listen to all.
I just said I listen to R. Kelly.
All right, there we go.
I just said that.
I thought you listen to all R. Kelly. I know
you. Who listens to all of anybody?
I just point saying
all the ones that you like. So you censored out certain ones.
You only listen to the ones I like.
So do you listen to any of his ones that have sex in it?
No, the ones I listen to are the fuck. Yeah,
so you are cancel culture.
No. I didn't do it because of that. It's just I don't just sit around and just listen to sex music.
But if you had to let it run, but if you had to drop, let's walk down this real quick. So have you liked and enjoyed any of his music that dealt with sex?
Yes. Have
you stopped listening to it because of the allegations?
Not because of it. No.
You just stopped listening to it because you don't like sex.
Because music. I just don't have the. It's not only time I would listen to sex music is when I'm about to have sex.
So would you?
I don't listen to sex music while I'm in the car.
Hold on, wait. Let's not move on. So if you were making a playlist to pop, would you excommunicate him from there, or would you still enjoy like whatever you fuck with? It sounds like you like his music. R. Kelly's one of them goats for you.
You got a lot of ifs in there. So like I'm trying to think if I was about to have sex and I was thinking
like if
about
putting on the sexy time
I wouldn't think to put him on there. I wouldn't think to put him on my list. So it wouldn't happen. But if I did, I probably wouldn't because think about that. I probably wouldn't think about the fact that it's the
so he was never that high on your list on like if I'm about to pop music.
No.
Oh, okay, all right. So you just didn't really enjoy
that. That wasn't even the point I was making. I was saying there are certain songs.
To listen to R. Kelly when I'm about to drop. I just don't think to.
I'm not taking that out.
All right, but
the point I was trying to make.
He has TP12.
I understand.
I think it's like the goat of sex music.
I knocked something down to that last year. Like
yeah, I was like I thought that y'all niggas love like R. Kelly. And I was the only one that.
The point I was trying to make before we got in this whole R. Kelly conversation, I said there were certain songs from R. Kelly that I don't like. If you listen to him, when you listen to him now, it has a different thing that is evoking because you know what's behind it. You can't always separate the artist from the music from their lives. There are certain things that they do that make it like So as far as
if you were saying he in that song, like I don't listen to Forrest Gump by Frank Ocean. I don't.
I don't even know.
But he put he in it and all that.
I don't even know that.
It's on. You know it.
No, don't tell me. I know. I
know Johnny know it because that motherfucker's on Channel Orange. Right
and
after
even my point is
the Andre 3000
like
record.
you can say she working at the Pyramid when you think the Pyramid is just a strip club, but you're not gonna sing a song.
You recognize it and know the skip.
All I'm saying, my whole point.
Yes.
You would sing a song though saying she working at the pyramid when you like if you just thinking the pyramid is a strip club. If you think if you know that the pyramid is a strip club for trans women, then
is that what it is?
Yes.
Like they
where you get this breakdown from?
I heard this. I learned this in
Who told you
2012. This is when I think it's like 2012 when Frank Ocean, everybody was just finding out he was gay.
What do you mean by that?
When everybody was just finding out he was gay, this was a thing. And one of my homies, doggo, said, "Look at the video. This is the tranny." I'm like, "Oh man!" They said the pyramid is a tranny club. I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know this shit."
Was dragged.
Bro, I don't think they was.
When he was just
okay.
I'm
Look it up. Look it up. Let's see.
Because no homo, the song was stuck in my head, man.
No, that song fire. The beat switch.
Now every time you be
no
saying
homo.
How about this? Like Night and Day by Frank Ocean. I'm gonna listen to that.
I don't know that song. Shoot, I listen to Luther Vandross. We know, like that's what I'm saying. Luther Vandross is definitely.
All right, then we go. That's my point right there. If we move it off of him, then there we go. That's the same.
Yeah, Luther. Yeah, y'all ain't stopping listening to Luther.
But Luther Life also wouldn't like sit like a
he was gay. Like, what you mean? He was gay.
You didn't see Luther all up in public doing a whole bunch of stuff.
I ain't seen Frank Ocean do no gay shit.
You could tell when he was in a drought. From,
he never seen Frank Ocean do no gay shit. Man was on a vegan diet.
When he was.
Oh man.
When he got big, carnivore. Nothing but meat.
Man went vegan in the 80s.
Oh man.
My bad, Luther.
Yo, I would laugh if this wasn't really a club and doggone.
Well, no, it just said it. It did
say
say
it. It say it up there.
It did say.
I thought I
yeah, it said that it was two different things. Something about a stadium, and the other one was about
the one that I'm looking at.
It was a former. You just had it up there.
Yeah, just back.
Yeah, go back.
Hit the back button. Oh, there you go.
The meaning behind pyramids. What?
No, it's before that one. Go up.
It's just
at the top. There you go.
Yeah,
right at the top. You just scroll
landmark for a gate. You see it at the top.
Go ahead.
Oh shit! At the very top.
Yeah, right there. It's
a former nightclub in New York City's East Village that was a landmark for the gay and drag scene, and a former social club in Philadelphia.
Wait.
So
all right, now put in.
Oh, he could have been talking about the one in Philadelphia though.
But wait. Like you put the Pyramid Club.
That was the name of the thing.
No. Put in Frank Ocean Pyramid.
I mean, that's just meaning. Talk about the song.
Right. That's what we talking about,
bro. What pyramid was she working at?
So wait. So we're arguing if there was a gay club called the Pyramid, or if the song was about.
Because I ain't never even heard.
There were two pyramids. There was one in Philly and one in New York.
I don't know.
Or he could just be like talking.
The video took place in the club. That's why I was sitting there, like that's what I was saying. The video was in the club with trannies.
How did we
get
here?
Just show. We're here right now. We're looking at it.
We ain't here talking about fixing transmissions.
Like I imagine.
Yeah, bro. I'm not trying to
yeah. The breakdown that
yeah, we talking about fixing transmissions. That's what.
Meaning behind.
Damn.
The most I got was I think this song was commenting on the state of modern relationships in comparison to the past, where women were treated like.
Bro, you should not travel on the road with faulty transmissions.
It'll lead you to a road to nowhere, bro.
Hey, at least while we just like talking shit, show the screen in which we're talking.
I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, no, I'm saying as you're finding it, just so like it's not just dead airtime. But yeah,
I don't even
like
care
if you want to find like just meanings behind pyramids by Frank Ocean. That's all I'm saying because
I like going to Reddit.
If somebody, there we go. Read some.
Oh, you guys think was he just telling he had a boner under the sheet?
I've heard that one too.
No, it says I think the song commenting the state of modern relationships. That has nothing to do with gay shit and trans shit. Keep scrolling. Let's see if we find one out of how many will say that it's.
I did hear they were talking about like when you get a boner in the sheets, so they call it.
That can make sense too.
Like that's I've heard that one before actually.
Oh no, it's a whole bunch of people's opinions. We about to be reading dissertations and shit.
No, I'm just saying like where is any of them talking about trans shit?
Let's see.
Somebody go to what's the Genius? Go to Genius.
To
every
the lyrics.
Day fuck the night up. Every night I fuck the day up.
Oh, this is it.
You
can set the cheaters on the loose. There's a thief out on the move.
Well, you can click on it. It'll tell you like go to where it say the pyramids and just click on it. It'll give you a breakdown.
Click where you talking about right here?
That beat breaker.
Not in the lyrics.
All right, fellas. We were supposed to get to a topic. Let's get to a topic really quick.
Really? We got 6 minutes.
Let's just throw something out there.
What's the topic? Let's go with yours. Well, let's go.
We already did mine.
Let's go with Rails.
No, I'm gonna save mine again. I don't want to have those 6-minute conversations.
My shit ain't gonna be 6 minutes. I mean,
all right. Do we want to just throw the call in into the zone again and just wrap with that one right there?
That's cool.
Yeah, I ain't gonna 6 minute my topic. Hell no.
You can do anything you put your mind to. Niggas got lost in a ocean wormhole. Hey, shout out to Trey. Hey, Trey the homie. He gave me like probably the best advice that I could take. He said, "Stop saying back end and just say backstage." It's fucking amazing.
I don't know why
I kept getting caught in saying that.
This nigga been wanting to talk about gay shit all day. He's steady talking about gay shit.
No, Trey.
This nigga been talking about gay shit like the last hour.
What else? So I did throw the trans shit.
Damn, you all right? Anything you need to tell us, my nigga?
No, but
damn.
I feel like that was on topic. My bad. It seemed like it was on topic. I didn't even.
It was.
I didn't move us into the gay trans. What's his name? Frank Ocean shit.
Yeah, like, you did. You started.
Oh, I got a quick topic real quick. If y'all want to talk about.
All right, let's talk.
This is music. Yeah, this clips from. So,
I don't know if I can enjoy it.
That's the way that we play.
Ain't know it's gonna be this low, motherfucker. It's different ones though.
You can read like with some of these things.
These are people who was on Apollo getting booed. So Neo was in this group at first.
That was Jodeci for some.
Nah, this was Neo. He was in the group at first. This one was Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill got booed, and then she recovered though. She did recover. I watched that performance.
I think they need to give them a chance to hear them out.
Whole point though. Have we coddled our talent like to the point where it's like it's not good? I think were we getting better talent from having stuff like Apollo and being honest and moving? Like,
well, I think the internet has given everybody fans, no matter how good or bad you are, and the ability to everybody have a studio has ruined the talent. I don't think like them not being able to get on stage has ruined it. I think it's everything else that has made it easier for bullshit to get out there. But like,
I think we like I think we also like music for different reasons now. Like it's not about how good you are. You could just be really bad and the shit catch. You know what I mean? You could just say some really wild shit and it catch. Just,
do you
don't
think
actually be
new?
good.
Well,
yeah, you actually had to be talented.
What did they kill Vanilla Ice and MC Hammer for?
Oh no, you talking about well in the music that we've been consuming since we've been like
Soulja Boy. Why did Soulja Boy exist?
Well, that was the end of it.
I mean, even if you go like
Soulja Boy was like the end of it, but like in the 90s, MC Hammer was way better than Vanilla Ice. Like
they're the same, and they both got killed for making non-good, like it's Tupac on fucking Ronaldo talking about MC Hammer.
But like, he ain't the better. Like, I don't know.
They all the same. Like MC Hammer, he's white. Vanilla Ice is white. MC Hammer.
I don't know about that.
How not?
Too Legit to Quit is way better than anything.
Not to mention, bro, MC Hammer was a whole movie.
To like
Vanilla Ice had a cartoon.
I don't know. He was on the Ninja
What's
Turtles,
a good Vanilla Ice song?
That nigga was underneath inside the dungeon getting busy, bro. You remember that shit? The music was changing. This
nah, bro. He was
Ninja Turtle 2.
Vanilla Ice is in this movie Ridiculous 6. I didn't know it was him to the end, but it was he played he played his president.
When they had the hip hop party at the basement. When the people was like,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Nah, he played his president in a Ridiculous 6, and he at the end he was getting ain't those Vanilla Ice the whole time. I was like, bro, who is this guy dancing like this?
I don't think I even knew that was Vanilla Ice back in the day. Like,
I knew that for sure.
Yeah, but I actually think I think Apollo stuff like Apollo, even how critical we was of our talent, like we was I don't know, we don't have the same things anymore going on. I think our talent was a lot more interesting and it was a lot more diverse. That's all. Figured that'd be a short time.
Yeah, I think that right now we're currently inside like I kind of want to hold some of, but I guess it don't really matter if I give my opinion. I can give my opinion twice. Whatchamacallit, Vince, it was a meme that I was going to go to, but I think that branching off of our conversation about the Neo Ferrari, his commentary on that, and the meme that I had, I think that right now there's not a precedent for being talented as an artist, as much as it's like a high value on being having eyes. Yes, perfect. And you see that consistently within the music. I would also say that that's not new. And I also would say that right now, some of the best rapping that happened ever is happening now also. Or, yeah.
That's true.
And I'll just put it at music, hip hop. So like best rap. So like it's such a weird dichotomy that's happening. Yeah.
So is the talent not important anymore though? That's the whole thing. Like I still
for me it is, but
like it's like
I know where to get I know where to get what I want to hear.
Yeah. Do we let
and
it
they all
disappear,
making
though?
they still making music and I'm enjoying it, and it's like I don't really have like that big of an issue. I'm not one to have to listen to what kids are saying to enjoy music.
Okay.
Yep. No, I rock with it. Appreciate everybody for tapping in with us. Appreciate the chat. Chat was going crazy today, man. Appreciate S Will, LTO, Mama Sharon,
the homie,
Ron DeWan, Fat Boy. We appreciate everybody in the chat. Please hit the like button, comment below if you catch us after the live. Tap in with us on all social medias at the To Be Fair Show. That's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads.
What else?
Catch us Wednesday 9:30 Unpack, Saturday 8:30. Who you talking to? Tap in. I'm your host, Johnny P.
You gonna tell them about the special that y'all running on?
We ain't got the
Johnny's Rail.
No, they.
Rail's Johnny. My bad.
They blocked us, bro. They
blocked y'all.
That shit wasn't a
Bro,
thing. I'm not going.
He been talking about gay shit
all day.
Hey, we out.
They blocked y'all. How they blocked y'all?
Cut it. Just make a little.